Hello and welcome to another episode of Werewolf the Forsaken, the Bitches of Brewery Park. I'm your storyteller Kelly, and this is Dork Tales. Tonight, I'm joined by 3 of my 4 players. Unfortunately, one player is feeling under the weather after having taught all weekend long at some nerd event, as we're wont to do. But we're going to bring you a slightly shorter game tonight that is still going to pack a deep emotional punch. So, with that, how's everyone doing tonight overall?
We're good.
You're good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Thanks.
We've got a lot of energy. We're going.
We're going. I love
Speak
you
for
lying
yourself.
about.
How's your long nose doing? I think I saw it grow like 3 inches.
No, as long as we just we're great.
All right, and Caitlin's back to being red again. Let me fix that.
I am. It's because I keep moving and the lighting.
Stop moving.
Me. I'm sorry.
All right.
I move a lot.
Here we go. Hey, Stu. All right. Punch your emotions. Okay, Christine, you're
I would
looking
love
good on the
to.
stream. Amy, you're looking a little blue. You doing okay, friend?
Oh.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
So,
that's why I'm here, to roar and yell and smash things and
Oh,
not
there's gonna be
think at all about anything I do.
there's going to be so much smashing tonight.
Excellent.
Really?
That's what.
Potentially,
what
yeah.
That's what we do.
All
I like
right,
getting
yeah.
in combat.
Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We had intended to run last week, and probably it's one of those things where last week we were going to run on schedule, and then of course the most unforeseeable of unforeseeables happened, and there was a family death. So we postponed. And of course, on the day that we postponed to, one of our players is sick. One of them is having like a lot of stress from work, and one of them just pulled an overnight. And I think Christine and I slept last night, not in a good way. So it is what it is. That's the way that games run, and that is what we are going to hop in straight away at. So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and introduce the players tonight, and hopefully you can have a great time with us. Why don't we start with Amy?
Hello, I am Amy, and I'm playing Kate Powers, the Iron Master Elidoth, I believe.
Nice.
Yes. Got it.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream,
Nailed
Amy?
it.
Probably some sort of salted caramel and chocolate.
Nice. All right. Hello, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Megan Butler, the Uratha Iron Master.
All right. And hello, Caitlin. No, sorry, Christine, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? What's your favorite color?
Obviously purple.
Is it obviously purple? Like
I've
a dark?
only dyed my hair it.
That's fair. Like the purple of the frame that we're using?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love purple. Everything purple. My dice bin is purple. My pillowcase is purple. Most of my stuff is purple.
My Glenn's cloth is purple. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Caitlin.
Hello. My name's Caitlin. I'm playing Claire Iwatani, the Rahu Iron Master.
Sounds good. You're coming in a tiny bit quiet. So while you're figuring that out, what is your favorite mammal?
A rabbit.
Okay, I can see that. You need to spend more time with Mike over at Generic Fantasy Setting.
Shocking nobody.
Yeah.
Talking nobody?
Shocking nobody at all.
Nobody's your favorite mammal?
No, when she says
okay.
rabbit. And I said,
Rabbit.
and shocking nobody at all, Caitlin's favorite mammal is a rabbit.
Yeah. So, quick question for you, Caitlin.
Yes.
You're using a snowball mic, right?
I am.
Does it
Yes.
have a screw in the bottom, or does it have like basically the ability to be screwed onto something?
Yes.
Cool. Do you need me to loan you a mic stand?
Oh, sure. Like, so I could have it
Like
away
you can
from my
literally have it like
computer?
in front of your gob.
Yeah, I mean, I could also just have it on my lap like this. It's
Yo.
just closer to my computer in that way.
Oh, we're hearing little microphone shuffle sounds when you do that, though.
Well, actually, I'm not hearing your computer anymore, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, actually, I
I'll
don't
leave
hear it
right
either.
here.
So yeah, let's just leave it there for now, and then before next game, I'll drop off an extra mic stand we have.
Sounds like a plan.
These things are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
Balls?
it's just
That's
a
what the
little,
bottom
it's a
looks
little
like.
guy.
It's a
Yeah.
little orb.
Wait, so you have a spare?
It's my dad's.
Oh, okay. I was like, we could have loaned that out to someone.
No, I do not want to lend this out. That's not happening. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Who has my Yeti? Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. All right, so welcome to the Bitches of Brewery Park. Jen will not be joining us tonight, as I said, so I've got her basically looking like a werewolves we've lost this year. Down
Oh.
in the screen there. And in the chat, I just wanted to say hello to Stu and an extra special hello to Saffron, aka Taryn, who,
Hello.
once again, thank you so much, Taryn, for tuning in. It's great to see you. And you know what else was weird and great about you? It's that during last Werewolf, you tuned in while in labor, about to give birth to your second kid, which is ridiculous. And we love you because you're ridiculous. Oh, by the way, also, the Werewolf the Forsaken podcast should be up this week. I've been promising it for 2 months now, and horribly lying every time. But that's because of I wanted to put something in it that had a licensing thing. So I had to do a bunch of research and find the right thing to put in. So finally it's done. So between that and writing my next book, it'll be up. All right. So with that, why don't we go ahead and get started on game tonight. I got really scared for a second, guys, because we've had so many troubles today, and I glanced down and you all were so quiet. There was no audio input from you guys, and I was like, oh god, did we do this entire thing without you guys being broadcast?
No, they were responding. They were saying replies.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, let's hop into the Bitches of Brewery Park. The story is true. There once was a spirit called Agony in Waiting. It had been born, as all spirits are, from a moment of tremendously high emotion. A man, named John or Henry or Manuel or Way, it doesn't really matter what his name was, had been traveling for business. Making his way home when he realized that he had missed a phone call. It was from his home hospital. His wife, whose name was Erica or Maria or Sachiko or Charisse, doesn't really matter, was expecting their first child. Although, technically, it had not been their first. The couple were ill-suited to each other physiologically, like rotten seeds attempting to sow into barren earth. And this had been their third attempt, the only one to ever survive this long. She was halfway through her term and was nearing the 24-week benchmark. He had a voicemail. And so the hopeful father struggled to listen while he rode the SkyTrain from YVR Airport. He struggled to push through the automated menus that kept him from his ill-awaited news. And when he finally listened to the message, he ground his teeth and could only barely contain the impulse to hurl his phone down the car. It was from their doctor, a simple message. There's been a complication. Please call me as soon as you get this. No details. No outcome. No mention of whether or not he still had a wife or still had a child. The message had come during his flight nearly 4 hours ago. And with trembling hands, he redialed the hospital and waited to hear if he still was a husband and still was a father. This is the moment when Agony in Waiting was born. It was a small spirit, a ball of teeth eternally grinding in a chaotic tangle of oil-slicked barbed wire. Its limbs were long and thin, capped with 3 hook-taloned fingers, so sharp that they pulled a breath from anything they touched. And things were good, for the most part. Agony in Waiting relished pain and misery, but was by no means evil. It simply adored what it was, delighted in the taste of itself, and felt compelled, as spirits do, to share their essence with others. Agony in Waiting was never truly hungry, but it was also never close to sated. Always on the verge of falling down its choir, discorporating into motes, or being prey for larger, hungrier spirits. It was a small spirit, but it ate well. It spent its time around the homeless encampments of Vancouver, near swimming pools, waiting for drowning children, and most delicious of all, high schools and hospitals. And when it ate, it did so hungrily, slurping up motes of pain and fear and anticipation like a hungry fish, but it was never satisfied. Not until the moment the angel arrived. The angel strode through the halls of the high school, where Agony in Waiting was feeding, walking through the echo of humanity like a wave of nothingness. The angel was shaped like a woman, clad in a robe made of the finest white leather, and it dragged behind her like the train of a wedding dress. Her hood and sleeves were hollow, but her form suggested the shape of a slim woman. Agony in Waiting thought she was beautiful. The spirits that followed her thought so as well. They hung on, devout followers of a religion of their own, and gave her a dozen names: the Angel of Empty Places, the White Agora, the Empty Angel, the White Leather Woman. But her names didn't really matter. What mattered was that her mere presence caused the ground to erupt with all things that gave sustenance. Everywhere she went, loneliness and horror and pain and death flooded. And for the first time in its existence, Agony in Waiting was sated. And so it ate, and so it grew. And so did its hunger. And although it was small, Agony in Waiting had found something greater to cling to as it grew. And from the buffet of the Angel's Passage, Agony in Waiting became larger, greater. Its faith in the Angel grew as well. Absolute. And like the rest of her followers, whenever she spoke, rare as such times were, it listened in awed silence. And whatever the Angel asked, the Agony in Waiting was happy to serve. For it and the others had found what the humans would call a Messiah. The story is also true. As the pack finished demolishing the offices of Hedgewall VPN, a strange calm settled into the air. The tension seeped from their veins as the mutual pleasure of shared destruction set in. The rage was cathartic, and though very similar to the rampage through the hospital only a few nights ago, there was a deep satisfaction in a deed done that could be enjoyed and reveled in purely, without the screams of horror and guilt at the back of their mind from their human upbringings. They soon left the scene, moving quickly as they could, the sprinklers coming on behind them as coils of black smoke rose from the demolished servers. They could only imagine what a field day the spirits of destruction, chaos, and rust were having. At least the spirits of electricity were unlikely to be disturbed. However, while the pack fled down to the main floors, Sonny Chapra walked the beat outside of the office building, trying to figure out why his key card, nor his door keys, would work. Sonny was a thick-built Punjabi man in his early 30s, with the roots of lower back pain already forming from too many hours walking on bad shoes. He had taken the security job when he left college for the easy money, always promising his mother that he'd return for his master's degree when he'd saved enough. 10 years later, he'd patrolled every building monitored by Paragon Security, and yet never stepped foot in a college again. He'd looked in on companies like Hedgewall VPN, or the gaming studio below with envy. That should have been him working at those computers. Coding, programming, creating things. That could have been him. That could still be. But before he could finish that last thought, a call would come over the radio, or someone would say hello, and he would return to his route. It would take something truly momentous to break Sonny Chapra out of his ennui. As you run down the stairs, what are you all doing?
Probably just trying to book it the hell out.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to get out fast.
Okay. What form are you in right now?
I think we were all in.
So you all must have gone into Garu form as
yeah.
to destroy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
I
I
was
don't.
in Dalu for a good chunk of it.
Yeah, I don't remember if I stayed in Dalu because lethal weapon, or not lethal weapon, living weapon.
I think you have that in Garu too, don't you?
No, I had to choose one, and I chose Dalu because I don't have much else in Dalu. Well, I do, but like, I could make Dalu better. I mean, I could make Garu better too, but yeah.
In any case, I know Kate will, if she wasn't already, we'll switch in to make sure go into Dalu because we were using the like awkward like big feigns as like big men.
Yeah,
we
should probably leave the way we
came.
came.
Our tracks.
I don't really remember if we switched up to Garu while we were up there.
I
know for
believe...
sure I started in Dalu.
Yeah.
I believe you all did by the end.
Okay. I would switch down to Dalu then.
Yeah.
All right. So rushing down the 4 flights of stairs in Dalu, you find yourself quickly on the main floor. And as you are going down, you round the final corner, drop to the first floor, and in front of you see the fire door that leads out into the lobby.
Now, I had control of the building like last game.
That lasts for one scene, right?
Yeah, so this should be a new scene, I would
So this will be a new scene as you are leaving.
So I will spend for that so that we have no problems getting out.
Okay.
And because we had trapped someone downstairs and don't want them coming back up to get us, potentially.
This is true.
Right.
Okay, so with that, do you have to make a roll for that, or is it just a spend?
I just have to spend.
That's ridiculous. I love it.
That's great. I just have to be in contact with the building, essentially.
And being inside of the building makes that pretty easy.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Like 2 out of 10 easy.
Yep. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. I mean, like, let's be fair.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. Sorry, I was struggling to find the music folder for tonight, and I'm like, where the hell did I put it? Because I cleaned my desktop, and I should never, ever do that.
Oh, man, that was your first mistake.
That was my
always
first
bites
mistake.
me in the butt when I do that.
All right.
My mistake is not putting it in the proper folder and not creating new folder trees.
I
love my folder trees.
Oh, I love my folder trees, too. Yeah, if I have something not in a folder, then I can't find it.
Yeah.
Taryn in the chat is saying that I had one job.
Oh.
I had one job, Taryn. I have so many jobs.
One job.
No, you have one job.
I have one job. It's
officially.
It's just seven role-playing games on this channel.
It's just 7 role-playings in a trench coat.
I mean...
Are they like little dust motes just stacked on top of each other?
Oh, I like it.
As you rush down to the main floor, you can feel, again, that the front door unlocks as someone's key goes in it. What do you do, Kate?
It's locked. It's not opening. Nope.
Okay, the door re-locks.
Just...
What the hell? I'd like everyone to make me a wits and composure roll.
Oh, boys.
Oh, I should actually get my dice out for this.
About that one. Let's see here. Trying a new thing today so that I'm not super loud with everything. Just gonna be a little bit slower. I got 1 success, though.
Nice.
There we go.
That's my favorite.
1 success.
Wits and composure?
That is me.
Wits and compose. For my... Okay. Are we adding anything to this? Is just a...
This
wolf
is
senses, or...
hearing based, so yes.
Yes, okay. So I should add...
Oh, hold on.
1.
Oh, so we're adding a die to it?
Primal urge?
Yes, I believe you are gonna add your wolf senses to this.
Is that a +1 or +2? That's +2, right?
It depends on your primal urge.
Yeah. That's for 2 for me.
I got 2 successes then.
6.
Holy shit.
Oh
what?
my god.
I'm gonna send you guys a picture actually in the group chat because my very first roll of so it was 7 dice because I didn't realize I was adding primal urge as well.
You're fired for cheating.
Was right off the
That's
bat 3 10s.
Cheapers.
5 successes.
Oh, Amy's fired because she could only cheat if she did. That's the only way you could get those. It's the only way you could get those. All right, fantastic. All right, so 5 successes. You know what? I'm gonna add this to my beat total for the night. So I'm gonna give you guys a beat because you got that as a group. All right, so headed down the stairs. As you round it, you hit the main floor and can actually, Claire, you're heading up the rear, so you can hear this. But you two in the front, your ears are positioned and you're perked up just as you are reaching the main door to the lobby. And as you reach it, you will hear chugga 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 chugga. Oh, come on! What's wrong with this key? The sound of a young man out front with a very Vancouver kind of accent, like that Seth Rogen kind of twang to it, drawl to it. What slur to it? What is the Vancouver sound?
It's just a
lilt, an edge.
I feel like that should be a band name, though.
The Vancouver sound.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Something like that.
I was gonna be like the Vancouver drawl, because no.
It's like the
Does he just look like somebody normal or somebody who's trying to like works here or security guard?
So you'll actually be able to look through. There's a little, like, 6-inch by 2-foot chicken wire window in this door that you can kind of look through to see the other side. And as you quickly both glance through, you'll see that it's a heavy-set man of, looks like East Indian, something like that, fairly dark skin, in a security guard uniform, trying to open the front door. He's messing with an entire ring of keys, constantly swiping a card against the auto lock, and is holding a flashlight in his teeth, kind of muttering, "Come on, what fucking key is it?" And yes, Amy.
Because this gives me control over every door and window in the building, I believe it means I should be aware of where the ones are leading out.
All right, so
other alternate exit.
Unfortunately,
it might not be the best route, but
this stairwell does not comply with fire code requirements and leads directly out into the front. However, there is an emergency stairwell off of the back that you could use. It would just require going up to the second floor if you wanted to bypass the lobby.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
It's gonna start doubling, like, make grrr.
Okay.
Yo, guys.
Claire will follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brighton will also follow as she's tagging along behind. As you race back upstairs, Kate, you can feel that one of the doors in the lab tries to open.
Which lab?
There's life labs on the second floor here.
Oh, right.
I believe it was the second floor, right? Or was it the first floor?
Right.
It was the second, I think.
Yeah,
Second.
because the first floor is lobby.
Yeah. No, it don't open.
Okay. Sounds good. One moment, please. All right. With that, you'll hear... Oh, come on. What? And then... as the security sprinklers turn on. The fire alarm goes off and the entire building goes down to those flickering, bright security lights, the emergency lights, ushering you toward the fire exits.
Oh, we should just go.
Let's just go faster, as fast as we can get out of here. Time to GTFO.
It's time to leave.
All right, so you are going to find your way to the back stairwell that leads down to the fire exit.
Nice.
You'll be able to move down without a problem, and the back door is a simple push open.
Yep, we go. Door is open.
Perfect, let's go.
With a chunk, you leave the building behind you, smoking into the Vancouver night air like a blown-out birthday candle.
It's gonna. As soon as I leave, I release the control over all the doors and windows and everything. So.
Okay.
Bye, people!
With your exceptional successes on hearing, you will definitely hear the sound of the fire alarm echoing as the front door opens suddenly on the other side of the building. All right. And with that, you all make your way off into the night. Where are you headed?
Did we have to go back to that other spirit first to say we'd done it? Or
we just
I think
did it.
they'll be able to tell.
You should eventually go back there, yes.
Okay.
Do we want to do that now, or do we want to go back another day?
What time is it?
It's like
Right now, it is, I think it's getting on close to about 11 o'clock on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Okay.
It is about to be the 8th.
Okay. Gotcha. We were pretty close, I believe, to where the... No, wait. Yeah, we were. We were pretty close to the spirit, right?
Yes. So the spirit
But we'll
you're
have to
speaking
go
of...
back
Oh,
to go into the spirit world and come back
You have
again.
to go to a
again.
locus. Yes.
Yeah, because we checked it out in the spirit world first, then went home, swapped back across, came back.
And then
Which
fucked their shit up.
our locus is the
And now
closest
we're
one to
back
us,
again.
right?
your locus is the closest one that you know of, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There may be
We should
others in your
probably head-
territory that you haven't found yet.
Yeah, we should just head back to the den first then.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. As you are headed back to the den, are you just walking, jogging? Did you drive? Oh, yeah, you drove.
No, I don't. Do we park a few blocks away? Because we were going in dog or like wolf
I
man.
did drive.
I think we did drive, but Megan always does say, "We'll park a few blocks away, and we will walk over."
Just a
so
reminder.
Her license plate does not get caught on camera.
Just a reminder, though, for using wolf form inside of cities, it is almost impossible to mistake a werewolf for a dog.
No, we're not using dog forms. We're doing the beast, like the wolf man form, like the
Dalu.
Yeah, Dalu.
Dalu.
Yeah. You did Dalu when you were breaking in, so you would, if you showed up on camera, it wouldn't really matter. But I'm just letting
like
you know,
big
because a
men.
couple times you've done the dog sneak through the city, and I'm like, if someone sees you, you're obviously a wolf.
No, the only one that would be like potentially is the Iron Master.
But they do say that it still looks like a wolf. There used to be a
fair.
right that made you look like a wolf if you there used to be a collar that you could wear that turned you into an incredibly large dog instead of a wolf.
Oh,
yeah. If
I
it's
think
one amongst a group of people, people don't expect to see a wolf, and there's a lot of wolf dog.
Most people talk themselves out of it.
Yeah.
Right? They go, "Nah, it can't have been." Right?
Yeah, because there's some that,
not according to the
especially in
rules.
Vancouver on the coast, they sure would. I'm just thinking based on normal humans, but like
wolves can show up in cities. Yeah, but usually not on the SkyTrain, Taryn.
Unless
none of us have gone on the SkyTrain.
Unless it's the wolf from Discovery Island, which I don't remember its name.
You don't have to remember it anymore. They killed it.
No, may he rest in peace.
What? No, they killed it.
I know.
It was really sad, actually.
It was very sad.
Okay, then I'm putting more
That's why
color
we're being
in.
sad.
We're all sad. All right.
We're all sad.
We're all sad.
So with that, you make your way back to Megan's car and start heading back. As you do, Brighton sidles up in the back, checking her phone, kind of a bit more intent than normal. Hey, I've got something back at my house I have to take care of. It's kind of an emergency. Can you drop me off near a bus stop?
Yeah, sure.
Are you going to be okay the rest? Yeah, looks like we might be getting evicted sooner than I thought. You know, because, well, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Don't forget, you've always got somewhere to crash. All right.
Yeah.
So.
She goes quiet.
Friends get on their feet.
She goes quiet in that way that Brighton often does when emotions are high. Before long, you drop her off at a bus stop, or are you gonna just drop her off at her house?
I'll just drop her off at her house.
Okay.
I don't think it's that far out of the way.
I don't think it is. It's inside of your territory. So you drop her off at her house, and she tells you to call her if you need anything specific. And with that, you start heading off again. There's a brief respite as you drive down the road, listening to whatever music comes on. Are you talking about anything?
Last time I checked the footage on the dash cam, didn't I?
You did,
I don't think I actually talked to anybody about it.
I don't believe you did.
No. So I'd probably just let them know what I found on it.
Cool.
Okay.
What'd you find on it?
That's a really good question. It actually, if I recall correctly, it wasn't that terribly helpful. We just saw the people that we had found at the house, and they abducted her, essentially, as soon as she got home, I believe.
Good.
But they had been following her.
Yeah. So it was, we know for sure that it was targeted.
Okay.
I think that's what I gathered from it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what you gathered from the last couple days of her life, yes. Sorry, I wasn't sure you were talking to me. I thought you were talking it out with yourself while I was looking up a rule real quick. But yes, that is what you gather.
Honestly, yeah, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, right? Column A, column
Why
B.
not both? Yeah.
So, what do we do now?
Well, we were promised information as soon as we did what we just did. So we can either go back now, go back later. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I feel like resting up would be nice. But I do have to work from home tomorrow, so maybe I could just take my laptop with me.
Into the spirit world?
Oh, I suppose not into the spirit world. No, I
mean,
just meant if we were
could.
gonna do stuff.
As you're trying to figure out what you're doing with the rest of your night, Megan, the panel on your car stereo lights up, and you see incoming call.
My phone.
What's that? Yes.
I have a quick look at my phone.
So it actually will say on the panel, it's whatever you have Chris Price saved as.
Decline. I'm not doing that with all my friends about.
Okay.
It's not private at the moment.
All right.
Or I'll hit the button on the phone that says, "Shit, I'm driving.
Okay.
Call you back."
I think you have a fairly new car, so you probably even have that on your little panel in your car.
Mm-hmm. There's
All
probably an option for that.
So you have the safe driving shut off one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you defer.
And it kind of sends an auto text message or something saying
Yes, it does.
a pre-gen message.
All right. So you send the message. What do you do? The rest of you sit in the car, the three of you, in a bit of silence.
Probably sit in silence for a bit. I think it's been a long, busy day. Like,
All right.
Kate doesn't really want to talk about anything.
A few minutes later,
Megan's gonna put on her "Fuck Yeah, I'm a Werewolf" playlist.
Okay, so
She had
Shakira.
a really pumped up evening, and yeah.
All right, so
might as well have it keep
Shakira's
going.
She-Wolf starts playing in the car.
Yeah, and a bunch
Ow.
of Dorothy and that sort of stuff.
All right, that sounds good. And about 10 minutes later, you'll find yourselves back at your den, pulling into your normal parking space. As soon as you head in, the locks are locked. Everything appears secure. A quick perimeter check, as you usually do, yields no results. And as you enter, you will already hear the sound of a whimpering dog scrabbling on the old concrete and tile.
Daisy.
Alright.
And as soon as you enter, the pit bull Daisy will lovingly hurl herself bodily into you all.
Yes.
Oh.
I hurl myself back.
You are a mess of dog slime within seconds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Accurate.
Daisy is a moist-mouthed little dog.
Like a big dog.
That is the only time that word works, actually, is in that exact sequence. All right. I was just thinking that it's a WA, it's a wet-ass pit bull.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's been a long week, everybody. All right, so you go back into your den, finding a bit of peace there. You accidentally open Adobe Premiere while trying to change a song, and the world goes to hell.
That would be how the world ends.
God damn it, it really is. I love the night we're having, everybody. All right, so can I close it in time? Just kill it. Let the past die.
Kill it if you have.
Kill it if you have to, especially if it's Adobe. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with subscription fees. No, wait. All right.
No.
Did that.
They're right next to each other, so it's Adobe is not responding. Good.
I think we've offended it.
You know what? It offended me the other day. I was editing a video and it deleted a quarter of my footage. Yeah, I found it in the fourth autosave. The fourth one. it copied over on the first 3. Yay! That's my experience with Premiere.
Wow.
Yike.
Yeah, so I recovered it, which is good because that means that I actually got the thing in on time. It's still better than Final Cut. I will fight you. All right. With that, you take a bit of time and just relax. What do? Do you just go to bed for the night? Do you chill? Do you call anybody? Do you?
I call Chris back because I'm not driving anymore.
Okay.
First thing, I will find a space and settle down with the dog and.
The phone rings almost all the way to voicemail. And then...
Now, sorry, had I seen that he'd been there for something? Like, was that on the news or?
Yes, it was on the news that he was there and injured.
And I believe I had called but hadn't gotten him or texted him or something to go, oh my god, are you okay?
I think you texted, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to remind myself of what had already happened.
I thought he was dead.
No.
Me too.
Hello.
Hey, are you okay? Like,
Defiant. Not really. Sorry, I would have texted, but I'm not good at using it one-handed.
oh my, what happened?
I don't really remember. Something happened at the hospital. I was there to get tested, and the next thing I knew, everybody was screaming, and I woke up this morning. My cell phone was only a little busted, so that's good.
Yeah. Sounds like you're pretty busted, though. Are you gonna be okay?
I finally got the painkillers. The doc says they might be able to fix it. Maybe.
Your hand?
No. I don't know if I'm allowed to have anybody. But it would be... I wanted to call so that I could talk first. While I was asleep, I woke up and someone was in here from, like, you know, like whatever the Canadian TMZ is. I don't know. They took my photo and they're gonna probably run it. It's probably gonna be online tomorrow. So I wanted to call and say that I get it. I get that you're not gonna want to come visit me.
What?
I know that, like, we had a lot of fun. I really like you, Megan, but let's not pretend that you like me for anything more than the way I look, right?
I mean, it certainly got you in the door, but...
Well, I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, but you've been...
sorry if it's unsolicited. I just figure that if you can't come, you should hear from me first. Your phone will buzz with an incoming photo text.
I will pull it up.
You are going to see Chris Price, a very handsome young man, strong jawline, bright blonde hair, piercing blue eyes. You can imagine what it looks like under the bandages. He's managed to thumb a few of them aside, and you can see the places where the cheek gives way to teeth. Where the left eye is completely covered in bandages that have seeped through with a viscous orange-yellow pus. The stitches, covering almost a third of his face. Well, you assume beneath the bandages. It looks like someone reached up and tore his face like an egg white. I'm still hung like an ox.
I'm gonna describe how Megan reacts. I'm not gonna actually try and do it because that will, like, trying to act that out is gonna make me cry, and I don't want to do that.
Please.
So I think she's gonna descend into like a litany of like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and just like repeating it and kind of gasping sort of one.
Yeah.
Like the freaked out, oh my god. And interspersed with, oh, I'm so sorry, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, sort of thing. Because she's gonna equate this with, I did that. It doesn't matter that there's 3 others there. But I think she's gonna equate that was her.
One second, please. You know the really messed up part. It's okay, it's okay, I'm still pretty on the inside. It's that... Mr. Price, we need to... You shouldn't have your phone out, you should be resting right now. No, I just need to finish this. Sir, please hang up the phone. We're gonna up your medication. You need to get some sleep. I know that it wasn't an explosion. Someone did this. I remember stuff. I gotta go. They're making me go. But I just wanted to say that I want you to come and call ended.
Well, I guess I know what she's doing tomorrow. She's gonna see if she can get in to see him. It's probably not gonna work. Especially since... So, how does it work when a touchstone is burned like that, essentially? It's not even a touchstone, really. He's not a touchstone.
He's not a touchstone, so...
What was being put up? It was like a relationship put up to... Death Rage.
You know what? I forgot to... so it's burned. The relationship is definitely complicated and is basically out of service. So I forgot at the beginning of the night to ask what you're putting in the line is. I'm assuming you're just rolling forward what you had, which
I'll leave the same one.
Yeah.
Cool. Which, if that comes up...
Liz, I think, for me.
Yeah, it was Liz, and it was... Caitlin was Mentor, and Amy's was Carly. Or was it...
No, it was the one of the
Lawrence.
Emersons. It was Lawrence. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Not sure how it would happen, but...
It's fair. So yeah, basically it's just that it's burned. So, I mean, the fact that he's not dead means that there's a potential to revive it, but we'll see.
But there's gonna be one hell of an issue there.
Yes, if you want to
his issues with appearance, hers with guilt complex.
Yes, I do not see that relationship being viable. However,
probably not.
It's totally fine.
Especially since it was very casual to begin with.
No.
I mean, she's definitely going to try and stick with him long enough that she's not dumping him based on appearance, because she knows exactly what sort of thing that would do to somebody's psychology. Like, she ain't stupid that way. And I don't think she's that shallow either, of like, yeah, it was based on attraction in a lot of cases, but she kind of started to like him a fair amount.
All right.
He was a fun guy, so. So,
as you are freaking out, the rest of you, even though she's off in a side room, when she starts gasping and almost hyperventilating to that, you are definitely going to be able to hear some notes of that. What do you do?
Probably try to awkwardly comfort her once I figure she's probably off the phone.
Okay.
I'm not great at comforting people.
Are you gonna make more anxiety, more stress coffee?
No, because I'm not really the one stressed this time. I'm just super fucking awkward about it. I'm like, they're there.
In a shocking twist of events, then Kate's making coffee.
I think Megan's probably getting her face licked extensively at this point.
So Megan heads downstairs and is quickly surrounded by dogs and coffee and friends.
She'll probably grab you a blanket, honestly.
Or hot chocolate.
Oh, nice.
Chocolate is good.
Okay. I'll go make some. I already boiled water, so. Do you want some Baileys in it?
Probably not if we have to go back and talk to that spirit.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Okay. Kate will go do that. You come back in a moment with like mug.
You come back a moment later and caffeinate and try to come to grips with yourself. Christine, I would really like it if you could do me a favor in a moment.
Okay.
I think that scene constitutes a breaking point.
Okay.
Although I don't believe it's technically part of harmony, I think that something like that is emotionally effective enough that it should count.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think she would see that as her fault.
So what I'm going to do...
A, she's pack leader, and B, she was one of the ones who went death rage in there. So it could have been any of the others, but she's going to basically treat it as her fault.
Okay. So this is actually going to be a breaking point towards spirit.
Okay.
Yes. So, this is going to be done at... Let's see. So, I need you to make me a... What's your harmony at?
7.
7. Okay, so you are going to make me a resolve and composure roll.
Okay. And what do I need? 1 success or?
With this, you need 1 success.
Okay. I got 3.
You got 3?
And actually, that's a 10, so reroll. No, just 3.
Okay. So your harmony does not change at all. So you will rationalize this, or at least feel the pain of this enough that you don't move closer to being a spiritual being than a physical one.
Okay.
So you are traumatized. Congrats. I am going to give you the guilty condition then.
Okay. What's that do?
All right. So the guilty condition, as soon as I find it in my big stack of cards.
Oh. Do I still have the shaken condition?
When did you?
I think I do.
You do, yes.
I thought you resolved it. No?
What was it?
No, it's at the top of my... So, resolution gives into fear and fails a roll. You hadn't failed a roll yet.
That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
guilty. Your character experiences deep-seated feelings of guilt and remorse. This condition is commonly applied after a successful breaking point. The character is under the effects of this condition. You receive a -2 to any resolve or composure rolls to defend against subterfuge, empathy, or intimidation. Possible sources: encountering a breaking point, which you just did. Resolution. The character confesses their crimes and makes restitution.
Well, shit, that's gonna be hard.
It is. Now, guilty, it will eventually go away on its own. It's primarily tied toward Chris, meaning that any social things revolving him and what you're feeling guilty about, basically you're at a -2 on social rolls to resist anything. So, for example, if he called you up and he's like, hey, I really need you to take me to buy some groceries because I can't leave the house, you feel guilty enough, you are compelled to do things for him and with him, if he asks.
Okay. So it was to intimidation, empathy, and...
subterfuge.
Subterfuge.
Basically, you just suffer a -2 to not be influenced by that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, it's... Yeah. We're not...
And so it would... If I don't resolve it, it will just fade over time?
Eventually. Or, like... I mean... The thing is that I think honestly that condition will never fade until you resolve it, but it only affects you in that one area of your life.
Okay.
So if you cut all ties, essentially it's gone. But say 20 years down the line, you meet in an airport, you're going to still be hit with that, because I think that's the way. I don't
think I'm going to try and resolve that one.
Okay.
I think that sounds right. That's something that Megan should have. I mean, it'll help keep her a bit more aware of, like, right, the issues around, like, going into Basu-im. So
with that, a bit of time passes. Are you guys headed back into the shadow tonight, or?
I think between Kate feeling still shaken and I think Kate's very much leaning on the side of let's sleep tonight, or at least get some rest and deal with this tomorrow.
Okay.
It's been a long, long day. At least it feels like it.
All right, on that note then, Megan's gonna kind of go, okay, well, if we're not going back out, let's booze it up. She's gonna put in like an online order for some form of delivery.
Okay.
Paid in advance, left at the doorstep.
What kind of food are you feeling?
Meat heavy.
Meat heavy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not pork.
I still have $10 left from that money in that person's wallet I found. I can throw in for this if you want to grab me something too.
Megan will just order the whole lot, enough for everybody.
Thank you.
Oh.
Have to, but
and then she's gonna go raid the cupboard. I'm sure they keep some alcohol in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
All right. With that, you'll order some food. The delivery guy will drop it off without a problem, and you'll eat and rest. It's about Claire. What time do you normally go to bed?
Probably fairly early. No later than midnight. Probably 11:30 latest. She likes to get a decent amount of sleep.
All right. Before you go to bed, you'll notice that you do have an email in your inbox.
Oh, that's gonna keep her up. She's gonna check it.
Okay. It's not your work one. It's your personal one.
Oh.
It's a crisp, very bluntly worded message that is going to come across. It's one of your your Japanese email account. It's an email from your father.
Oh.
That basically says, I hope you're doing well. I know it's hard to talk with the difference in time. Whenever you're next available, I'd like to give you a video call.
Oh, that sounds nice. She'll reply to it
Okay.
I'll reply to it.
So, where your father is in Japan is 16 hours ahead.
It is, yeah.
So that does make it a bit difficult. So if it is noon here, it is 4 a.m. there. Yeah. It's midnight, so that means it's 4 p.m. right now. 6 a.m. would be 10 p.m.
Yeah. She might just get up early. Maybe not tomorrow, but the next day.
Okay.
Around then. See if he's available at that point. Yeah, she'll do a little video call before she signs into work.
Okay. All right. So you have a good time the rest of your night, kind of calming down and just spending some time with one another. And can I get everyone to do me just one quick favor? And that is to make me a... Let's do an... I'm going to say a... I don't want it to be wits and composure, but this is the one time where I really wish that it's the insight skill from 5th edition D&D. I really love that skill and what it can do, and I wish more games had the DM gives you hints type of role.
Yeah.
I think that's a common sense merit.
It's the common sense merit. Does anybody buy that?
No.
Damn. Okay. So what I would love is anybody here to make me a composure plus empathy roll.
Oh.
Does my detecting lies specialization help here?
No, but Megan's going to make this at a -2.
No.
Oh.
She's still going to get like 9 successes. Shut up.
Composure and empathy. Interesting. Okay.
Composure and empathy. Just because you're kind of you're exhausted at the end of the night and you're kind of just feeling... It's your vibe check.
Okay.
No.
Well, I got 1 success on my vibe check.
1 success on your vibe check?
I did not pass the vibe check.
You did not pass the vibe check? You still got 2 successes. How many dice did you have?
3. And 9 again.
Okay. So...
It's one of my professional training skills.
Oh, fair enough. Because you're a physio.
I took empathy.
So, with that, there is... You're in the middle of answering your email, Claire, and maybe looking through some more of that footage if you're interested, or basically just like keeping yourself occupied, right?
Yeah.
You're otherwise occupied, but the two of you, as Daisy curls up on the armchair, and you sit on the couches eating your food in relative silence, maybe the TV droning on in the background with an episode of a Netflix show that you probably aren't paying much attention to. Something about jumping through portals or people in suits. I don't know. You don't pay attention. It's one of those high fantasy shows they put on there. Sci-fi shows. I don't know. Although the guy from The Blacklist is in there. It's kind of weird. As you're doing that, the place... Maybe it's Brighton not being here. Maybe it's Val not being here anymore. This place just feels so much emptier. You feel so much lonelier without the rest of your pack here. I mean, how long has it been since you've even seen Nicholas here?
COVID? Virus?
Maybe, yeah. That is a perfectly valid reason, but...
So maybe not since March?
Yeah.
Considering that he was basically living here, wasn't he?
Practically. Felt like it.
Did he have another place? You actually can't remember. It's weird not seeing him around. With that, the episode changes. They've swapped over to another timeline or world or whatever. This time they're going to... It looks like they're fighting ninjas in Leonardo da Vinci's workshop. This is a weird show.
Is that Sliders show?
No, its production values are too good. Looks like some... You check.
Oh, wasn't it that magic one? United We Stand.
Filmed in Vancouver with generous tax credits. All right.
We're dorks.
Yeah, I know. Which level dorks? That's for those of you listening in right now. That's that's a reference to a LARP that we ran for 3 years for Made the Ascension, which is canonically a TV show in our Vancouver setting. Because in game they had an episode where they jumped to a reality where it was a TV show being filmed in Vancouver. And they had to go to a fan
and we had
convention.
To pretend to all be the actors for it.
Yeah,
it was weird.
So it was fantastic. I wish we would have got more people to ask you for autographs. I still have the autographed DVD cases around here.
Yeah,
I do too. Yeah.
And then my character, poor Chloe, just like got stuck in a rehab.
Well,
to explain why I wasn't there.
Right.
I remember that.
Oh, right, you weren't there that night.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
It was tragic. And just
very tragic.
Just because I'm a giant nerd. So
there they are.
There's the signed.
Yep, their signed little.
Because
fake,
Michael from one of our games made. Oh look, there's Travis's signature right across all of the descriptions. 13 years have passed since the Technocratic Union defeated the 9 mystic traditions and seized its dominion over reality. Return to the explosive series that captivated viewers around the world. This 5-disc collection contains every twist, turn, and secret of United We Stand Season 2, including never-before-seen footage and special features from the cast and crew. The walls of reality shudder into the onslaught of marauders. Mages driven mad by their own power, and the technocracy has no choice but to respond with all their might. Villains will rise, heroes will fall, and loved ones will perish in the crossfire as the characters uncover the world-shattering truth that will change everything forever. In the lab with Stephanie Leonidas and Freya Tingley. Alright, cool. Anyway, that's... sorry.
That was great.
That was a good segue.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry guys. I got nostalgic as you do.
Yeah.
I miss Sarah.
I think it's great. Like, we actually did the full cast. Look, Alice Cooper's a character. Whee! Anyway, and Clive Owen. Anyway, God, that LARP was good. Anyway, you continue watching the show into the night, or whatever else you put on. There's that cartoon with the 2 girl birds living together that got canceled too soon. Kind of like a BoJack vibe. Whatever it is, you spend the night kind of coming down. Is there anything else you do before bed?
I don't think so.
All right. You crash in the beds upstairs or on the couch or wherever. Daisy eventually wanders off to go sleep on whatever mat has been designated as hers.
No, she's sleeping with me on the couch.
Okay. So you...
I basically...
All right, so you manage...
They're staying dog.
The dog is half dangling off the couch and giving the rest of you a look as you wander off like this. Because it doesn't know what to do when it's dangling off a couch. All right. So you awaken the next morning. What's your day like? Claire, you're the first one up.
Yeah. I will probably make myself a little bit of breakfast, get some coffee going. Not anxiety coffee, just regular coffee.
Just regular coffee.
Okay. Just regular coffee. And just kind of settle in and start I guess sign into work, really.
Okay, what I would like you to do is make me a resolve and what is your work's primary skill, you would say? Would it be politics? Would it be computers? Would it be
probably computers?
Okay.
Politics could work too, but I imagine I'm behind a computer most of the day.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do is make me a resolve and computers roll. I just want to see how much work you get done today, how productive you are, because I feel that working from home.
Oh boy, with the dog.
With the dog. Okay, take it at a -1. Take it at a -1.
Oh god. Okay.
Take it at a -1.
Shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said. Well, I was thinking about giving you a -1, but I'm like, well, your work ethic's really good. Like you're.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm not going to penalize you from working from home on your first day working from not your house. On the second day, yes. But the dog will be a distraction.
Yeah, I got no successes then.
Okay. So you check your email a number of times. You do the absolute bare minimum.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing your best. But honestly, you're more distracted than anything looking at the Skype for Business messaging service that your office shares. It's one way that they track productivity and make sure that you're all online 24/7 or whenever you should be working. Because they can see you on, like any messaging service.
Yeah.
And you just see Gina's profile there.
Yeah.
And how much you want to just reach out and contact her.
Yeah. That would be a bad idea, though.
I know, but it does sink your productivity for most of the day and probably leaves you at the end of your shift in a less than optimal mood.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing during the day? Who would wake up first? Megan or Kate?
I don't think Megan.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a toss-up because Kate has nothing to do.
Yeah. Roll off?
Yeah, both of you roll a dice.
Kate's not working. Well, I rolled a 1, so is that a botch? I sleep through everything, or botched I somehow wake up?
That is a you sleep in.
Okay. She might wake up at like 4 p.m. then.
So Megan, you wake up at 8:30 a.m. on the dot, having become used to waking up that early for work. In fact, this is probably about an hour's sleep in for you. What do you do? How do you spend your day while Claire's working away at the dining room table?
Guess I'll take the dog for a walk.
All right. The Vancouver April is very humid. It's warmer than you would have expected around town, but doesn't stop the rain from coming down. Everything steams slightly too much. There's a low-hanging wetness around everything. Not just from the rain, but like everything is sweating. It's so much so that the dog looks a bit uncomfortable after about the 12th block and starts giving you the vibe that she might want to start heading back soon.
This is enough.
The dog does not argue and
Fair beans.
wanders back. As she does so, you will have no problem getting her back.
Okay.
There are a couple of times where she pauses and growls at a dog across the street being walked by another person in a face mask or just keeping a nice social distance from you. But for the most part, she's a pretty well-trained dog, even though she's about a year old, I think, was what we said.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty
like that.
She's pretty obedient.
Pretty young.
All right. And it's about that time that you make it back. It's just going on about 9:15 or so by the time you make it back. What are you spending your day doing?
Not a whole lot. I don't know that she has much to do.
Okay. All right.
You did mention you were going to try and go visit Chris. Would you do that?
I guess, yeah, actually, no, that's a good point.
Okay.
Drama.
So-
She will attempt that. This is probably going to go horribly wrong.
All right. So, as now he's been moved to another one of the hospitals in Vancouver because that one is not really viable at the moment. There's a bit of a swelling as the medical system struggles to hold up in the wake of something like that happening at one of its major hospitals. He's been moved to Vancouver General, and you find that there is a significant wait. I would like you to do me a favor. Let's see how well you are able to get in there. You can make me a wits, manipulation, or presence, depending on how you go about it, plus politics roll. To try to navigate the bureaucracy. What is your medicine score?
Okay. My medicine score is 3.
3? I will let you substitute medicine in instead. But do it at a minus... I don't have
politics.
Do it at a minus 2 because it is so swarmed that they are... And you're not like an actual doctor. So you've got... And you're not a doctor here, so you have less pull.
But I do kind of know how they work, and I know how to talk.
Yeah. So basically, your lack of political knowledge can be bypassed.
3 successes.
Okay. So with 3 successes, you end up spending about 2 hours waiting. But eventually, one of the nurses will allow you to go in and visit, which actually wouldn't be so, except you're on the visitor list. As you are led in,
all the feels.
You one moment. I want to put on hospital sounds for this because I wasn't expecting you to go hear this game. So drama for your mama.
Well, I figure if I didn't go, it would just confirm whatever's going on in his head, and I think she's a little worried that he is going to take this as a one hell of a blow because, I mean, his face was his moneymaker. Doesn't have his face, doesn't get movies. His career's over. Yeah. So there's a certain level there of not wanting to come across as only caring for the booty call.
That's fair. So you head in, and
she'll have stopped in the hospital gift shop and gotten something cheerful for his room, flowers or something.
Okay.
I assume by now she would have figured out if he was allergic or...
I don't believe he is allergic to anything, but yeah, you would have known enough that...
I think we would have come across to this one at least.
You could peek at his allergy band when you're in there.
That's true. Thank you. Every time I run something with a hospital, Caitlin, I look over and I'm like, how off base am I? How off base am I? Because I didn't grow up with Canadian hospitals, so I have even less knowledge of this than I do of a normal hospital. Super not knowing.
Canadian hospital versus normal hospitals.
Been hanging out in hospitals a lot the last 5 years.
Well, I mean, I grew up in military hospitals, right? So, like...
That's true.
I know, just the distinction is amusing.
My doctors all wore BDUs. Like they wore camo, full, military outfits when I was, it was standard outfit.
I know my way around the Royal Jubilee a little too well at this point.
That's fair.
Well, I always get lost because I don't work there.
Also, the Royal Jubilee is very weird.
Folks end up, so
very weird.
It's a very strange hospital, especially if you have to get like an X-ray or anything, because it's like on the 6th floor, kind of like in the armpit of the building.
And it depends on which building, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
But that's Victoria. That's for the vampire game.
It's a very old hospital.
And Taryn saying that she spent too much time at the hospital. Yeah, but that's because you've had 2 babies.
So yeah, you've been in VGH a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a reason. Makes
so
sense.
it sounds like you didn't spend all that much time in there.
Hopefully.
Which is good, because that means no complications, right?
Okay. And I don't know what that is.
Oh, never mind. Some complication.
There we go. Please don't have an ad. Okay. Sorry, I was just queuing something up in the background real quick. And hoping that I have my ad blocker turned on. Oh, good, I do.
Nice.
It's just taking forever to load. You make your way up through the hospital, walking the walls, or walking the halls. Not walk the walls, you're not Spider-Man. You walk the halls, and
I wonder if there's a werewolf gift for that.
Only if you're in the Underworld movies.
I know there's a changeling gift for it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. You are led in to a room with 4 separate areas hidden away behind pull curtains. You're directed to the one at the back right next to the window. You can hear the sound of several heart monitors. What do you do?
So he's in one of the corners then?
So basically, it's a rectangular room with 2 pairs of beds on the left and the right, with curtains basically blocking off view to all of them. You've been directed to the one at the back right.
Okay, sorry, I had a mental thought. Was that quite often they have 6 beds? So I was going to go tap on the wall next to his and just be like, "Hey, Chris, you up for a visitor?"
Okay. This was a particularly small room that has only 4, because...
All right.
Do they have 6 beds at VGH? Like Vancouver General Hospital, I mean? That's also VGH?
I have no idea.
It's confusing.
My mental thought was the 6 because Royal Jubilee has had that, so...
Different hospital? That we're going to imagine that it has 4. Let's stop. let's...
No, I'm just saying that's why I was asking, because if he was in a middle bed, then I couldn't knock on a wall because there wouldn't be one next to him.
There is a wall.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And I'm gonna roll to see how stoned he is. 1 second. Decently.
Especially if it's on the PCA or something.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey. She'll kind of peek around the curtain.
As you pull aside the side of the curtain, you can see that he's laying in bed. His right arm is heavily bandaged. You can't actually tell right now whether or not there's anything missing off of it, but it looks like at least most of it is there. It extends down as far as fingers should extend. His legs are not in a good way. There's a place where his left thigh looks like it should match his right, but instead it divots in almost 2 inches toward the bone. The thick, ropey quads that he had been so proud of from all of his weightlifting. And one of them's just gone. And for a moment, you have the strangest taste in your mouth, like Christmas ham.
Oh my god.
Baby.
Megan is going to try and keep it together as much as she can to not show this, because he doesn't need to see that shit.
So I want you to make a resolve and composure roll at a -2.
Okay.
You may spend willpower on this.
I don't think I'm going to, because resolve and composure is pretty good for me, so -2 isn't that bad of a roll. Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes? Okay.
Just to kind of try and keep her face as neutral and just kind of pleasant as possible. Doctor face.
As you come in, he goes, hey, and he turns his head. And it's almost surprising, because aside from a couple of days' growth of beard, this side is mostly just scratched up. Maybe he got into a little car accident. Maybe he just played a little bit too rough of football or had a stunt day at work. But as he turns his head, there's a sickening squelch as the dried pus and blood that leaked out during his slumber peels away from the bandages and pillow. And he turns and looks at you with his ruined face that honestly, as soon as you see it, even through the bandages, it looks like someone reached up and pulled, like trying to remove a mask. A deep gouge mark goes straight back through the crown of his hairline, almost halfway back. They've shaved around it to make sure that the stitches would hold, or the sutures, or even staples, whatever they would have to do. In fact, actually, some of it you can't see because they probably would have had to... yeah, he's definitely bandaged. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, he's probably pretty covered in bandages.
But he can still see you with that one blue eye. Hey.
Okay. She'll come in and put the thing of flowers down and
Oh, you got me.
kind of settle on his good side, because that seems to be probably what he'd want.
Oh, can you... And he'll raise his chin weakly at a sippy cup with a straw that's on
She'll
a
reach
nearby
over
table.
and help him.
His lips are chapped and raw, and he'll dryly tongue at it until it gets into his mouth. And we'll take 3 small sips. A few dewdrops on his tongue more than anything, and he'll swallow, making a noise that's a little too high-pitched as he tries to swallow. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know you're not happy to see me.
I'm happy to see you alive.
What is... They said it was a gas leak.
She would have been watching whatever the news was.
I believe that we decided it was a gas leak that led to an explosion.
Explosion.
Yeah. Wasn't that what it was,
Caitlin?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's what.
I believe that's what we decided it was, because it was the most.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do a terrorism event.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And with like everything that's in a hospital is the most like possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the news has been saying. It was a mass.
They're lying.
It was a huge explosion.
They're lying. Does
What?
this look like? Does this look like I got blown up?
Well, I mean, you don't look too crispy around the edges, but
There wasn't any burning, Megan. This was nobody else remembers. Hey. So I can't tell anybody else, but you'll listen to me, right?
yeah, of course.
Something did this to people. I saw it. It was a monster. A real one. Not like in the movies. What do you do?
I'm gonna kind of do a reaction of like, what do you mean? Like, basically she's gonna just try and roll with it, and maybe, I don't know, eventually try and convince him that it was hallucinatory due to gas or something. Maybe, and instead of getting caught in the actual explosion, he got caught by all the shrapnel.
So, as this is happening, he tells you...
She's gonna feel really bad about this.
A fairly meandering story about... He remembers being in the hallway, and then he remembers seeing... No, feeling this thing right behind him. It was quiet, like really quiet, like too quiet for how big it was. And then before he stopped being able to see, he just saw hair and these eyes. It had eyes like a person. But it wasn't human. So, if you're trying to convince him that this was just a hallucination, what I want you to make me is a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Oh, this is a great roll. I'm gonna add willpower to this.
Good.
And then I think I need another breaking point after this scene.
If you, I'll allow you to request.
Yeah.
This is a horrible thing that she is doing. She knows full well what exactly happened.
Did you succeed?
She's guessing even more that it's her. I'm not finished rolling.
Okay. So
yeah.
4 successes.
4 successes to gaslight your victim. Okay.
Oh.
I'm just reading off what the chat told me. Oh, that was Amy, actually. All right.
Like, this was definitely me. I'm the quietest one. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I'm basically just gonna try and do the whole, like, I mean, I wouldn't think they would have let any animals in, and it's just, they are saying that it was gas, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it made somebody look really big and shadowy after you got hit.
Yeah. Yes. It's probably a hallucination. It's, you know, I probably thought it. I'm pretty fucked up right now. I'm pretty...
Well, it looks like they got you on the good stuff, so...
Yeah, but they got me on the good side, too.
I mean, I think both your sides were good sides.
Yeah, it must have been a dream. Must have been one. It was a real nightmare. It was even more fucked up because it looked like your eyes. I must have dreamed that.
Well, I mean, I would certainly hope that I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, well, I'd hope that you'd shave if you were that hairy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, not
And she's gonna try and turn it into more humorous lines now, because she's just like, she is dying trying to keep a straight face.
Like, I mean, I think that a woman should be able to look how she likes, but I mean, there's probably limits.
That's fair.
That's the limit. The line is basically like, are you mistakable for a Sasquatch? Literally. Maybe you should consider going and getting a bikini wax. A wolf bikini wax. It's just a wolf with a bikini wax.
Oh my god.
Or it's like,
how would you wax a werewolf?
How would you wax
a werewolf?
I mean, I think from like the bottom up would be the way how I would do it. And under great sedation. All right. So.
Sorry. Wow.
All right. And so with that, you spent some time in the hospital doing your duty. And
she's gonna go and probably track down one of the nurses at some point, like if he passes out for a bit.
He definitely will pass out after that.
Get something and be like, hey, his lips are really cracked, like he's having trouble talking. Like, just do the advocate thing that family is supposed to do.
You will do that. You will play the dutiful.
I'm gonna start, I think she's gonna start spinning it in the next few times that she visits, etc., into more friendship. Because yes, this was a booty call, but she's also not gonna just drop him.
Okay.
That's a little too crass, especially since she did it.
Oh,
she fucked his whole career.
You did. You ruined this poor man's life.
She's gonna go crawl into a bottle, I think, for the rest of the day because she doesn't have to work.
Okay. So, back at the den.
Can werewolves get drunk?
Yes, it just requires more. They have a toxin resistance equal to... Basically, you have to have a number of extra drinks equal to your primal urge.
Okay.
So it's...
She's gonna do that.
What's your stamina?
Alarm. 2.
2? So, and your primal urge is 2?
Yep.
So I believe that means that to start to feel the effects of alcohol, you need to have at least 4 shots within the first hour.
Okay.
To even start to feel it.
So you might drink an entire bottle of rum.
I think she'll set an alarm. Like, she'll kind of figure it out because she knows that we have to go and do shit once Claire is off work. She has a rough idea probably of when she'll sober up by. She'll set an alarm to stop drinking. And maybe she will.
All right.
I think that bottle in the cupboard is going to disappear.
You make your way back, and by the time you're back, Kate's already up. Now, Kate, you woke up around the crisp hour of, you know what, only 11 a.m. Fully rested and feeling a dog licking your toes is what wakes you up. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
So we regain willpower?
Yeah, you can regain a point of willpower from sleeping.
Yay! Good. Kate probably should check in with her parents.
Okay. Which one are you calling?
She might actually just stop by. If she can.
Sure.
Yeah.
You head over to
yeah, Carly would be there and probably still recovering a bit, or.
Cool. What do your parents do for a living? Remind me. So this is.
I had that figured out.
This is the Grants. What was your father's name? Was your stepfather's name?
Well, technically he's her uncle. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But she was adopted by them officially very young.
Yep. Okay. And so it was your uncle.
I'm just pulling it up again.
Sure. I don't have it directly in front of me tonight.
Chris.
Was it Chris?
Also, another Chris. Yes, Christopher Grant and Debbie Grant. Deborah.
Okay. So mom and dad, but just so that I know.
Yeah.
Is your dad blue collar, white collar?
Blue collar.
Blue collar. Cool. He works in. He is a union worker. Let's find out. So, out of character real quick, guys. You want me to show you the quickest way to determine what an NPC is? You take a D10, you roll it, and I rolled a 9. So, academics, computers, crafts, boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Athletics. So, he works for something involving athletics.
He might work at a stadium or something.
Sure. He does we'll actually say maybe it's white collar work at this point, but he manages a department for the Canucks.
Neat.
So I'm not sure which department, but he works for Canucks Hockey, and might be one of the people that keeps, like, you know, the Zambonis on the ice. Maybe he is in charge of, like, some of the janitorial or the maintenance crews, but he's a supervising union head.
Yeah, one of those things where it's like, I know he works for this thing, but in what context? I've never really figured that out. Never really mentioned. Yeah.
And what does your mom do?
But sometimes, like, tickets to hockey games that she doesn't want.
And your mom?
I think she was in, I want to say office worker.
Cool. She works for an MP.
Okay.
So she, for those of you tuning in from outside of Canada, she works for a member of Parliament. Basically, probably as a secretary. You're losing some of your background, Caitlin. Oh no! The city.
Do you want me to fix it, or?
The city's collapsing. All right.
Okay, I'll fix it.
You can fix it. You have a minute. We'll be taking a break as soon as Amy's done with her scene. So you can leave it for now or fix it now. I don't care. Yeah, fix it. Why not? All right. So, as
and I think in there, because they have like a 2-level sort of house, like the bottom lower level has her grandmother living in it.
And what does she do for a living now?
Currently nothing, but she did a lot, apparently.
Okay. All right, so you make your way back to there in the park and head into the house. Do you knock or do you just walk in?
Just walk in.
Okay.
It won't be locked if someone's home.
You'll hear clacking from the kitchen, the sound of someone typing. Hello? You hear your mother's voice.
Hi, it's me.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Well, you told me to stop by.
She rounds the corner and she's dressed in basically her full normal office wear.
Why do you do that?
Because it's important that you, even if you're working from home, you need to dress for the occasion or else you won't take it seriously. I've been telling you this for years. Your mother comes and gives you a bit of a hug. Oh, you don't have the thing, do you?
No,
okay,
I'm fine.
And she'll give you a hug. A second hug. You've been taking care of yourself?
Yes.
You're not riding public transit, right?
Not when I can avoid it.
Good. You're still hanging out with all of those girls?
Yes. As always.
Well, yes, yes, honey, as always. I know. I'm just wondering. Never mind. I'll ask you later. Do you want something to eat? I was just about to put some soup on.
Sure.
Good. I made a pumpkin squash the other night. That's still good. I was gonna reheat it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Are you wanting to go see Carly? I think she's asleep right now.
I mean, I was gonna just check and say hi, just see how everyone's doing.
She'll wander into the large kitchen that you have there and begins working her way around the island, reheating. And of course, when she says reheating, she's actually, she's actually quite a decent cook and spends, so she's not microwaving things for you. She's reheating it on the stove. She's trying to make sure that it tastes as good as possible and is actually cutting some artisanal bread that she's managed to get from a local market.
Oh, good. She didn't try and make it again.
What was that? Did you want a thick cut or a thin cut?
What?
I know you always like two thins. Two thins in the toaster oven. Same toaster, same downside. Soft on one side, dry on the other. Butter on the dry side. I know how.
Yeah. Just make it however you want.
No, that's not the point of this. I'm making it however you want because it's not like you come over here very often. I'm just saying you could be here more often. Because we miss you and we love you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I know you have your own life. And speaking of your life, I heard a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you want fresh pepper with this? Of course you do. She'll go grab the pepper grinder and toddle back over. Oh, there's pop in the fridge in the garage if you need any, if you want any. We just restocked it. Your dad's gonna be really miffed that you're here and he's not. He's at work still.
Still?
They're preparing for when the season opens again. They have to get everything ready. You know, most people aren't there, so all of the managers need to be on site. It is what it is. And at least in a stadium that large, you can kind of hope for some social distancing.
You would hope.
Well, I mean, easier than not, I'd imagine. So, I heard she sets the soup down and slides it in front of you, puts the toast down exactly as you normally have it, with the butter smeared as it should be.
Yeah, what'd you hear?
I heard you were spending time with a certain friend. An old friend, a good friend of yours. Are you just...
Not terribly recently. Things have still kind of awkward.
Are you trying to do anything about that?
I don't think now's the time.
Oh, I don't know. You neither of you are working right now. I'm just saying that if it were any time for Netflix and chill, this would probably be it.
Yeah, I know, but the reasons that we broke up are still there. That hasn't gone away just because we're not as busy anymore.
That's probably fair.
You didn't talk to Nana about this, did you?
Well, you know how Nana is.
Yeah, I know how Nana is.
That's an ominous silence.
So...
How much can I expect her to drop hints for the next several months?
The next time you come over and have dinner, probably a lot. But, so, what brings you over here? Oh. Okay. How much do you need?
I'm still working on getting the paperwork resubmitted, I swear. I just...
Did I ask?
Takes a few
do you want me to help you with that? This is, you know, one of the things that Mom does.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of good at government work.
Yeah. But I don't think I should get special treatment just because it's, you know, a thing you do.
I'm not going to be pulling strings with, you know.
I know.
I'm not going to stand in front of Parliament and argue for my daughter to get CERB. I'm just going to help you tick a couple of boxes better. Fine.
I'll let you know when I'm resubmitting my application, okay?
Okay. In the meanwhile, if you need, I can write a check. It can even be a loan. If you're uncomfortable taking money, it can be a loan. It's just I know that the city is really expensive. That if anything ever happens, you know that we do still have your room.
Yeah. I know.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you sure Carly hasn't turned it into her lab yet?
Well,
she was threatening that.
Your dad was talking about turning it into a man cave, whatever that is.
He's forbidden.
I told him.
Forbidden.
And then I was thinking about turning it into a sewing room, but...
You don't sew!
But I would have a room for it. I don't know, it's
Nana
better...
keeps saying you don't sew!
I don't sew, but it's better than saying lady cave.
Okay,
I think it's a she shed. Sorry, I had to put that out there.
The she
I'm
shack?
pretty sure that's
the she shanty?
Shed. Like an outside shed. I think that's a thing. Anyway.
Is it really?
I
oh yeah, I guess it would be.
It is.
Okay. Look, if...
I'm gonna eat this soup before it goes cold, okay?
You probably should.
Yeah. It looks really good, thank you.
Well, thank you for saying so. Oh. It's almost 1. Look, feel free, if Carly's awake, go say hi to her. I've got to take a Zoom in a second. Because they're trying to do a bunch of stuff right now and still work, even though the office isn't. I have to Zoom, honey.
Yeah. Are you doing that in the office, or are you set up here? I can move.
I was gonna do it from the kitchen so that I could start having dinner ready in the crock pot tonight, but I can move to the office. It's fine. Your dad's mostly taking up most of the space there because he's doing a lot of work from home too. But I mean, here's the thing. No matter what happens with you, just promise me, don't try to share an office with whoever you end up with. Not unless, and if you do, take out a good life insurance policy on them.
I will keep that in mind. I'm gonna go check on Carly and maybe say hi to Nana.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take the Zoom from here though, so if you come down and I'm on a Zoom, then just...
I'll be quiet.
Okay. Love you, babe.
Okay. Have a good call, I guess.
Oh, the best. She'll go look for her Bluetooth headset.
Yikes.
All right. Where do you go next? Do you head upstairs to...
Yeah, she's gonna go check and see if Carly's awake and how much she...
Carly is...
I don't think we've seen her since...
as you round the corner to the stairwell leading up toward all of the bedrooms aside from your grandmother's, you will see Carly leaning over the banister and looking down at you.
Oh, you're looking better.
I had to pee.
Hmm.
Is she zooming?
Yeah, she's zooming.
She's really loud when she's on a Zoom call. Like, it's really funny. I don't think she
can't even pace like she does on the phone. How does she do it?
She taps her feet a lot. It's really funny. It's like watching a rabbit listen to music. You know, like Thumper. Anyway, I was just getting up to go to the bathroom. You want to come up and talk?
Yeah. Apparently, she somehow got news that I'd been talking to Addie again.
Oh, yeah.
Did you let something slip during
Look, I have had a lot of drugs, okay?
That's...
I am still on some pretty solid opium right now. Opiate.
I don't think it's actual opium.
No, I think it's like a train.
What era is this? Have they put you on the cocaine to get rid of the spirits in your blood?
No, my I have all the spirits in my blood still. They're putting the train medication, the Tramadol. Tramadol. That's what I'm on. Tramadol.
Oh, tram. So I
knew it was a train thing. I don't know. I think I can. It helps me get through the day. But no, they've got me on a lot of it. But like, seriously, the side effects aren't really worth it. I can see why people would get hooked on it because it's kind of fun. But like, between you and me,
probably not worth it.
No.
Here, go. You didn't just say you had to pee. Go pee.
I already peed.
Oh, okay.
I peed, and then I heard you stomping around downstairs.
Oh, it was that and not the loud voices? She was going to turn my room into a sewing room.
She's not going to turn your room into a sewing room. Shut up.
She threatened.
Yeah, she's been threatening to do something with your room since you were 13.
I know. Why do you think I moved out so fast? She was already hinting.
Because you moved in with Addie as soon as both of you could rent a place?
That's true.
Yeah, as soon as you could book the
also
U-Haul.
how well that went. Yeah.
How did that go? I mean, like recently.
Terribly.
Yeah, well, at the beginning. Yeah.
Terribly. We went to see cats.
That sounds the butthole version or the... Okay, I need to lay down.
Oh, man.
With
Okay,
that,
do you need help?
Professional and physical. Actually, if you could do me a big favor, before you leave today, could you go grab... You know how Grandma keeps that, like, big thing of fiber?
Yeah.
Can you grab that and bring it up here?
Sure.
Does
she still have... Is she having issues getting all of her prunes? She's still doing that?
She's doing
the weekly
fine
prune
since
sack?
she switched to the South Beach diet, but like,
Oh, yeah.
let's just say that these drugs are great, except for one thing.
Mm.
And I really like to fix it. And with that, she's going to stumble back into her room. True facts about tramadol, by the way. After coming off of knee surgery, I was like,
Hey, Carly, do you want me to bring you some prune juice?
Shut up. Yes, but shut up.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Did you know that they use that they're doing, well, I mean not right now, but they were doing coffee enemas downtown?
What?
That's a thing, she says as she flops onto her bed.
And of course you would know about that.
Of course I would know. Yeah, because one of the TAs in my department went and got one. She was like, oh my god, it's the best way to perk up at the beginning of a day. Oh my god. I mean, getting the inside of your colon sandblasted with Java is probably a good way to wake up, but fuck.
Oh no.
Turning into, you know... Oh, turning into a human Starbucks cup is not what I want to do with my life, you know? Also, is it cold or hot? I didn't want to ask, but... I mean, you'd expect that it wouldn't. I mean, I just can't take her seriously, because now all I want to do is call her latte or sippy cup. Oh. It would be even funny if her last name wasn't Folger.
That is mighty unfortunate.
She's not very aware. She's not very aware, which is really funny because she's very alert, apparently. Very perky.
Hmm.
So anyway, how are you? I've just been laying around watching Friends.
I mean...
By the way, you remember Friends?
No, not since March.
Yeah. Like on Netflix? It's...
No, it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Don't go back and rewatch it. It hasn't aged well for, you know, y'all.
Right.
Or me all, really, but more y'all.
For anyone, really, probably.
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that, like, the Joey stuff never really got old.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why can't we have nice things? Why can't things be nice?
We have nice things now. Have you watched this one? And she'll put on an episode of, not End of the Fucking World, I Can't Handle It. It's the name of the show. Basically, it's the one about the high school queer girl who gets superpowers. I am not okay with this.
Oh, okay.
Which they actually just canceled it in real life, sadly.
Oh.
Yeah. But I believe it's the girl from It Chapter 1 who played the redhead girl. I believe it's her, or someone who looks a lot like her. Anyway, it's quite good, and if you haven't watched it, go ahead. If you need a little bit more, like, psychic queer content in your life. Like,
always.
It's basically just, like, Lesbian 11. But with better hair.
You mean with hair?
Well, I don't know. In season 3, she had hair, but anyway, that's beside the point. Carly is seeping into my real persona. Carly is just my real persona. So with that, you'll spend some time with Carly and chat and things. What do you talk about?
Honestly, that, like, whatever casual, the most mundane and non-supernatural things that she can think of. And possibly try and maybe do a round of Smash Bros or something.
All right. I want you to do me a
Maybe
favor.
I will have an edge if she's high.
Make me a dexterity and computers roll.
Amazing.
Okay, and I'll give her a -2 penalty for being baked.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna fail. She's gonna constantly ring out is what's gonna happen. She's just gonna like.
I have 1 success.
You are going to pull up.
Can I choose to dramatically fail, or do I have to fail?
You have to fail to fail.
Okay.
And dramatically fail would be like you go into death rage and rip up the room and destroy the switch. So
That'd be amazing.
No, she is going to just like ring out in the bottom of the weenie hut. You know that little spot in the what is the floating castle level?
No, Hyrule Castle?
Yeah, it's the Hyrule Castle level. That little weenie hut down to the bottom left corner. So she's gonna ring out there like 6 times in a row and just be like, "All right, you win. All right, let's celebrate. Can you grab my? Go into my little my mini fridge?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I left something in there. Grab it.
Sure.
There's a little flat Tupperware tray in there.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you pick it up, something around it is pretty heavy, pretty moist, or at least very like dense. And as you bring it over to her, she's gonna lazily peel it open, and you'll see that there are a couple of brownies inside of there. Actually, wait, hold on. Are they brownies or cupcakes? They are cupcakes. There are 4 cupcakes inside of there. 2 of them have green icing, 2 of them have white icing.
Carly. Is that what I think it is?
It's cupcakes, yeah. Yeah.
Is that a weed? I'm calling 911.
Calling 911 on the microwave. No, look, this is a cupcake. It's a mint chocolate cupcake. She grabs the green one and holds it up. And I'm gonna eat this fucking cupcake.
Is it just a mint chocolate? Because I feel like you might have missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, you think because if it's green, like, look, there's even vanilla. You like vanilla.
Yeah.
And she's gonna start eating the cupcake.
Sure.
Besides,
Kate's gonna eat the other, eat one of the vanilla ones.
And it would be completely irresponsible for me to eat a weed cupcake while I'm on an opioid. Which is why I fed you the weed cupcake, which were the vanilla ones. Because I know you don't like mint.
Sure. Thanks.
I got you, boo.
Such a caring sister. Yay.
I care because I share. I know you've had a really rough couple of days, and
I've had a rough couple days.
Yeah. Can I ask you a weird question?
What?
This is gonna sound really weird, and I'm probably only asking this because I'm, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have that Daniel guy's number? It was kind of cute, and he did that white knight thing where he kind of just like literally like he carried me out of a hospital and saved my life. I just, you know, I kind of feel.
Yeah, I've got his number. What you gonna say if I give it to you?
I'm gonna say thank you. Eat the other weed cupcake.
Based on what I've known of Daniel, does it seem like a good idea? Does it seem like something he'd be into?
Was he seeing anybody?
Pretty chill.
I don't think we'd ever determined if he was or wasn't.
He may be, but it doesn't say you haven't heard about anything serious.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, sure, okay. Here, give me your phone.
She'll hand it to you. It's got a big crack down the middle of it from the car crash.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, I'd take it in, but, you know.
But, yeah. Alright, she'll put in the number.
Thank you.
What else am I here for if not to be a wingman?
Chasing the mailman. She'll grin and give you a big kiss on the cheek. Thank you.
Blech.
Delicious.
Now, good luck. Try not to be too high when you message him.
I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like,
probably something horrendously embarrassing.
I am immune to embarrassment right now. Besides, you didn't eat the other vanilla cupcakes, so like, if I need to drown my sorrows, I will. Can you mix this stuff? Oh my god, Kate, you need to protect me. Eat that cupcake.
Amy does not know what the interactions between those things would be.
Probably not great.
Probably not great.
You don't mix your drug types usually, you know, like
weed and opiates. Probably not a good idea.
It probably would knock her the hell out.
I'm rolling int and medicine.
Yeah, you can make an int and medicine roll.
Those are both one dice.
Do you have you have a dot of medicine? It's probably not a good idea. I think that's the basic medicine 1 knowledge is don't mix drugs. You know, you're not supposed to mix anti-inflammatories. Yeah, some are fine, but like you've got to check that.
Like, probably get it checked. I haven't heard anything bad about it. Is the advice she's literally going to be like, you probably shouldn't. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad, but probably don't do it.
If you want to recreate like the ending from like Snow White, it's probably good. You know, just to sleep in a glass coffin for like a month.
Oh man.
Be rescued by 7 short guys. You know, it's just a recipe for disaster. All right. And with that, she is going to send a flirty text off to Megan's oh my god.
At least one selfie, probably.
I got 3 successes on 2 dice.
Wow. So it's a very flirty text.
Hey, thank you. I can't thank you enough. You were super. Backspace. I'll get it. Don't worry. And with that, you'll spend the rest of the day spending time with Carly. And I think that's a good place for us to take a quick break while we do a quick bathroom run, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, everybody. So stick around. Hello and welcome back to Werewolf the Forsaken here on Dork Tales. This is Season 2, Episode 6. With that, you spend some time with Carly, Kate. Claire, you spend time back at the den, going through your work things, staring at Gina, and preparing for an eventual call with your father. Megan, you return...
Crawled into a bottle.
Yeah, you melt into a bottle, having a few adult beverages. And with that, what is going to happen is... Now, it was a pretty spicy brownie, so I'm just going to check the poisoning rules real quick, because I think 2 of you are inebriated.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Drugs. Characters who overdose on drugs. Nope. Characters taking drugs. Oh yeah, the rules in this aren't as good as first edition. They're less descriptive. So they only give you really overdose rules. So basically, first edition, by the way, of Old World of Darkness had all sorts of rules for drugs. Like if you took cocaine, you got an extra attack every round. Like it was.
That's amazing.
It was really silly and very late 90s opinions of drugs, where it was like, I take PCP and gain 2 points of strength. Yeah, right. Whereas first edition World of Darkness, first edition World of Darkness Chronicles of Darkness edition had a bunch of additional rules, if I'm not mistaken, that were like marijuana does this to your stats, marijuana does this, pot does this, sorry. Marijuana does this, alcohol does this to your stats, etc. Like every drug had a different thing that it did to your stat line. But that's mostly what it does is it'll give you so both Megan and Kate, being somewhat inebriated, you are going to be at a minus... probably a -2 on Dex and Wits rolls.
Ooh, yikes!
Because you're a little busy.
I wasn't sure how our werewolf stuff handled that sort of thing. With how much increases that you need to actually get drunk.
What's your primal urge?
Do 2.
2. The thing is, alcohol's a little easier than THC to really quantify.
And my stamina is at 2 as well.
Yeah, I'll say that you're at a -1 and that Megan has been living in a bottle, so we're gonna up that to a -2 for you. If you guys want to try to shake it off, you can make a roll.
Wait, does iron stamina get impacted by that?
Oh, yeah.
How much does that affect?
So you're a little buzzed.
And we get drunk. Okay.
You are.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm slightly tipsy and pissed off about that.
Okay, so you're going to be at a -1. However, you are at a +1 on social rolls.
Yay!
So you'll gain the benefits of being slightly buzzed, and you'll both have a +1 on presence and manipulation rolls, which is something they do put in the rules. At least they did. But yeah, so with that, you all reconvene at the den, and is it time to head across and meet the Watcher?
Yeah.
All right. Let me put on spoopy music. One moment.
Spoopy.
Much spoop.
So much spoop. The spoopiest.
Stu is posting a lot of song lyrics. Okay. So we are going to Abyssal Gaze.
Here.
Sounds like a really yummy cupcake.
Abyssal Glaze.
Yeah.
They sell it to death by chocolate.
That's a new... Yeah, we need to write that down somewhere.
Abyssal
Glaze. Got it.
Okay. There's this weird thing where Kate is slightly too elevated, and
I'm slightly too low.
You're slightly too... I fixed it.
That's because I keep slumping.
Yeah, you keep slump.
I keep also going down and then having sitting up, because otherwise if I sit up then I'm out of frame, so it's like, okay.
You're sitting up right now? No, sit up.
I am now.
You're fine now.
But I keep slumping, so...
Well, then stop slumping.
I know.
Stop it.
All right. So, you all head down into the brewery cellar, step across into the shadow. From there, it's a quick jaunt back across to the reflection of the ambulance station in which you met the Watcher with endless eyes. As you approach, a flight of camera-headed birds erupt from the ceiling, or from the roof, and take flight into the sky, watching you and circling wide, with their caws sounding garbled as if by a phone line. They mutter at each other in first tongue. Wolves, 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 the wolves here. Uratha, Uratha, Uratha. Your presence is announced, and the front door of the building lolls open like a dog's tongue.
It's not gross.
No.
Kate.
I remembered last time part of the reason we went over in Dalu was because it seemed more appropriate when dealing with spirits.
Yes.
And also to be able to speak first tongue. So
Dalu
I was gonna...
or Urshel can do that.
I think I was gonna do Dalu. Urshel probably, for the speed to get there.
Okay. And it is... Whose moon is it tonight?
We should be on to the night of the 8th.
So it is the Kahalath moon now. So nobody's moon. I mean, you know, Brighton's moon, but Brighton in here. Brighton's off enjoying her moon by herself.
The absent moon.
The absent moon. That's a good name for an episode. I'm going to write that down.
All right.
Hope that doesn't come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly concerned.
Yeah.
What did you start?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
All right. As you make your way across the shadow, you find yourselves there at the base of the dispatch tower. Well, pardon me, the dispatch building in which you originally met the Watcher. Do you enter?
Yes.
The door's open.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
A moment later, as you cross the squelching floor of cables and intestines and veins, mixed with coaxial cables and power cords, you find yourself in front again of the old lensed camera that descends from the ceiling on bits of sinew and cable. The voice echoes throughout the chamber as you stand near those cubicles where the information spirits continue their hunched over work, clacking on the keyboards built into their legs. Ah, wolves, you have returned. Excellent. You have done the deed?
Of course.
Yeah?
One of you is gone. Has that one perished?
No.
No. Just couldn't make it today.
Yes, Brighton Lee is at home.
Yeah.
Huh. Looking for the lens flips over for a second as if blinking. The aperture swells and then dilates back down.
You know, we don't need to know.
Looking for apartments.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So you did the thing. I am very thankful. My job has been somewhat easier now since you took care of this place, the Hedgewall. A deal is a deal. You wish to know about the spirit in your territory. There is a being. It has many names. The woman in white, the white agora, the angel of empty places. She has invaded your territory, although that pronoun is reaching. You may find them. They exist down in a hotel. Presently, they draw from it down near Main Street.
Do you know which hotel?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your phones, when you return, they have already been texted to you. I assume you are not going without your other packmate?
We will
No.
wait for her.
You asked for information. I will give you freely what I know. The White Agora, the angel of empty places, does not deal with many. They seek out solitude. They are a spirit of isolation and silence and electronics. I cannot offer a ban, but I have rumors of a bane that they must not encounter.
What is it?
It is passed to me through my research that the angel cannot abide the presence of the milk of a mother who gave birth without another living person within a mile of her. Perhaps not useful.
Huh.
She is powerful. She does not deal well with groups. I would suggest you speak with her one at a time. Unless you don't wish to speak. In which case I would be careful. She is more powerful than she would appear.
What if we've already angered her, potentially?
Wait, what?
Oh?
Oh?
Well, we pulled someone from... If she's the one impacting the devices, isn't... Like... Or am I imagining things?
Maybe.
Well, I pulled someone out of her grip, I think. She said...
Have you ever eaten grapes?
Yes.
Have you ever eaten rice? Perhaps is a better metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
How angry would you be if someone pulled one grain from your bowl?
I think it depends on the person. Some people get really mad.
You're not dealing with a person.
That's why I don't know.
That's why I don't know.
Okay.
I will be interested in observing. I also noticed that you still have not spent time purchasing the cameras from your internet shopping accounts. Are you waiting for the deadline to do your due diligence?
We literally went and did your gift, rested, and came back.
We will
It's been
start
less
that
than
shortly.
a day.
I see. Should I wait to monitor your borders until I've rested as well? Because I have already been doing it.
It's because we haven't been actively doing them on our online shopping accounts. Does not mean that we haven't been making plans.
Acceptable. For now. You still have time until the moon turns. When your goddess changes her face again, I expect something.
You will receive something.
It speaks.
Before then.
You are the quiet one.
I have spoken. I have spoken in this instance of our conversation with you.
Yes. You are much more outspoken when the other one is absent. Good. I like it when information is provided. Speaking is such a primitive yet useful way of gaining knowledge. Regardless, Is there anything else you require?
I think so.
It stares at you long and hard. Well,
I will stare back.
if nothing else. Be seeing you.
Until next time.
All right. With that, do you head back over? Where are you headed?
Kate wants to go back and send a message to her mom, actually.
Okay.
That message will say, "Hey, it's about time we replaced the camera on the back porch, I think. And the one in the alley."
Okay, sure. I don't see
And
why, but...
There was she'll mention something about like an update or like a flaw in something, and it's been a while, and recent reports of things with the increase with COVID making people like increasing the overdoses and stuff like that, and wanting to have keep an eye on those like more out of the way areas too. Being like, look, I just want to keep Nana safe, and we'll send some links to some cameras on Amazon.
Okay, well, if you think it's the best, then I think that's fine. Honestly, your father's been wanting to get a bunch of those devices where he can watch the security cameras from work anyway. Have you been seeing all of these stories about porch pirates?
No, but with everything going on, it wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. I'll see what I can do, honey.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look some up, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I've got, well, here's... She'll send 2, and she'll send another 2. Be like, here's a bunch of them.
Okay. So...
Because with my computers, too, I can probably navigate some decent online shopping and half-decent technology, maybe. Even if it is just consumer level.
Yeah, you absolutely can. All right, so you'll be able to do that very well. I'm just looking up which hotel. I've decided I had a real world hotel down, and then I'm like, nah, we're gonna use a made up one. So
fair enough.
I think it was going to be a Best Western, but it's not going to be anymore. Instead, it is going to be a...
Fancy Eastern?
Best Eastern? No, you guys are in the...
No, fancy.
My goodness.
A bit fancy.
You know what? We'll call it a Northwestern.
Yeah, there we go.
Northwestern.
Northwestern.
That's
okay.
Good.
A Northwestern hotel.
It
All right.
confuses people when they're like, well, which one is it? And that's the whole bit.
It's the brand, the Northwestern Hotel. Their motto...
Northwestern on the east side of
Oh my god.
No, all of their commercials have like a family of lumberjacks needing a place to stay. And they always have a moose in the car.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Oh, when you stay with us, you stay with family, eh?
Oh boy.
Or we could call
Maybe
it
something about pancakes.
Or call it the Cascadian.
It'd be their competitor.
Would this?
I feel like if it's got lumberjacks in the theme at all, they have to
well, basically
do a lot of hints of the lumberjack song.
Oh yeah, a couple. So do you think, I'm just going to put this out here, would you rather this, I'm going to put this in the player's hands and the chat's hand, would you rather this be set in a chain hotel or a hotel that's a little more boutique-y? I'm thinking the difference between a Best Western and like the Moda in Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a person, you said the spirit's like of isolation and loneliness.
Yeah, it would definitely be the Northwestern.
Like
it would be
the Best
chain
Western
hotel.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the chain hotels. Bless you. With that, you return back to the normal, or back to the human realm, the world of flesh, and cross over. And Megan, I forgot to ask earlier. Can you make me a resolve and composure roll? Because you wanted to have another.
Yeah, I really think I need another one for the bullshit that I spewed to Chris.
Okay.
In the hospital.
Did you succeed?
For fuck's sake, 1 success. I'm never gonna lose bloody harmony.
You will. You just gotta do bad enough things.
Just keep doing really bad things, and it'll have to happen eventually.
Well, I've done like 5 of these rolls, and every single time I've succeeded.
Oh no, I can't get worse.
I want to, though! I've done awful shit, and yet I'm okay with it!
You're not okay with it, that's the thing. If
I'm
you were
not
okay with
it, but...
If you were okay with it, you'd lose harmony.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. Alright,
so,
I have to get more callous.
It's true, you need to become a bigger bitch. Become a bitch.
But we already are.
Oh yeah. That's the whole,
bitches.
That's the game.
That's the whole chronicle.
Okay, so we just have to descend further into bitchiness.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kate's already well on her way.
I noticed.
Unless it's unless it's people she cares about, in which case, oh no.
And with that...
Yes, Taryn, it is in the title.
You cross back over, turning the corner of the stills. As soon as you cross over, you'll hear... And the address of the Northwestern Hotel, near Main Street. Kind of near Main and King Edward, it's just a little bit off the main drag. Is texted over to you.
Alright. They did something. I will get online and start working on... Just grab a couple off Amazon. Order them for the den.
Sounds good.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah, Claire was going to start doing that too. In good faith and just...
Yeah.
Get some
now that it feels a bit more like they're acting in good faith.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of been demanding a lot without giving any indication they were going to follow through. I was like...
Now it's kind of, okay.
Now it seems like maybe they are. So, alright. We'll treat this properly.
Okay. So what else are you doing today? Are you waiting to meet up with Brighton before you go confront the White Agora?
Yeah, I think so.
Places? Which name do you want to use for it?
I like the White Agora.
Yeah.
I just need to find out what an agora is. I sure don't know what that word means.
In real life?
Yeah.
It's it's an outdoor meeting place. Like
because I know what agoraphobia was, but I'm just like, what was an agora?
An agora
in that term.
The agora was basically like an empty place of meeting is the really quick way to say it. Agoras historically were outdoor Grecian areas for philosophizing, talking, and eventually marketplaces as well.
Oh yeah. See, I would have called that a plaza.
Yeah, plazas and.
But I guess it's basically the same kind of thing. But I've never heard the word agora used as a noun before. Like, I've only ever heard it used in the context of agoraphobia.
Oh, really?
I do like the empty angel, the angel of empty places sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
nice very descriptive.
Yeah.
But I mean, we might just keep referring to her among ourselves as like the White Lady, because that's what we've kind of been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get everyone to... I would like, as you're kind of doing your things and pulling out your... Now, Megan, are you using your computer or did you bring your computer with you or are you borrowing someone else's?
For what?
To do... Oh, yes, you're just using your phone to order these things. What am I thinking?
Yeah, I don't...
Technology.
I don't order Amazon off my computer in real life. I use my cell phone.
That's fair.
Now... I was just curious, like, did we personally have to buy and set these up, or could we enable it happening? Would that count? So if I was like, hey, and I get someone else to pay it and do it, does that count, or do I have to do it myself? Because that was not something I thought was clear. I
think that works.
Yeah. So then being like, hey, you haven't done it, being watching your accounts, it's like, yeah, well.
Your action leads to it happening.
Yeah.
So that's the case. That's the assumption I thought would work. Okay.
Yeah, I think even if it argued, we could argue back of, well, they weren't going to do it, and we incited them to do it.
If I paid you to punch a guy, I still got the guy punched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person was punched in the end. I enabled it.
I didn't say where to punch, so maybe he was.
I pinched the girl's ass and pretended it was him. She punched him. I caused it to happen.
Yeah.
Why would you? That was mean. Anyway.
It's what's that word? It's an assist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's an ass in.
No, it's an assist.
Oh. Not assassinated.
No, because they weren't dead. They just got slapped or punched.
All right. That's enough. That's enough of that for the night. All right. And so with that, you go and start prepping yourself, waiting to meet up with Brighton. As you are walking around, I'd like everyone to just make me a quick... let's do a wits and composure roll.
Oh, fun. Are we adding or subtracting anything from this?
You are... No, go ahead and make it straight.
Okay.
Am I still taking the -2 to wits, or does that change?
Yeah, because you're still a little buzzed.
Ooh.
Okay.
2.
Ooh.
1.
3.
3? Even with the penalty?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 4 wits and 3 composure.
Okay.
I had 5 dice.
As you are glancing around, you decide that the food in the fridge really isn't that appetizing. You might want to order some lunch while you're waiting for Brighton.
Okay.
Now, as you're flipping around on your phone looking for something, you get the urge to order basically just something that has several different food items on it, right? You go around and you can't really all agree on specific things, like, oh, I want this or I want this. So you do one of those multi-orders. Looking around, you could use something to take some notes on, just to jot down what everybody wants for lunch. Glancing around quickly, you can see that Nicholas's workspace in the corner that is still just sitting there, kind of forgotten. There's a notepad on it that you can just grab.
Yeah, sure, I'll go to grab that.
Okay. As you grab it and you jot down everybody's orders, it's just a little cheap white corporate notebook. Well, notepad.
Yeah.
You take everyone's orders, you make the call, and as you are reading off the order, you glance down and see that it's not just any notepad. It's a notepad, the kind that they give you in hotels. It's the Northwestern Hotel. You don't remember him saying he ever got an apartment.
When was the last time we saw him?
I think we had a call with him a while back.
A very kind of
stilted,
distant call.
Yeah.
He's staying at the Northwestern.
Yes.
Where fucking bitch lady is.
That's not good.
Okay, I need to go do something about that right now.
And we haven't heard from him.
It's been a little while. I'm gonna 1 second. Kate's gonna just call him.
Hi, this is Nicholas. I'm not available right now, but if you can leave your apartment. This is, what the hell is Val's last name? Andreas.
Oh.
This is Nick Andreas. I'm not available right now, but if you would like to get in touch with me, leave your name, number, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible.
Hangs up. Calls again.
And it immediately goes like a phone that's been turned off. Hi, this is Nick Andreas. I'm not available right now, but if you leave your name...
up. Pass me your phone. Quickly. 1 sec. Just calls, dials number from, like, tries each phone, just to be super sure that she's not blocked or, like,
this is Nick Andreas. I can't come to the...
Okay, nope, not that.
Hi, this is Nick Andreas.
Facebook Messenger. Try literally everything. Do we have a WhatsApp? Was that the other one?
Yeah, you guys can have a WhatsApp, or you can have a line.
Whatever the one, whichever one that we referenced earlier in one of the games, for our group chat, being like, "Hey, has anyone heard from Nicholas recently?"
And as you
checking the initiating phone tree protocol.
Can you do me a favor, real quick, Amy?
Yeah.
Can I get everybody just to? Do you all have Twitch up right now?
Yeah.
Cool. As you check, there's the WhatsApp has doesn't look like it looks like he's online. Looks like he's away. But you message a couple times, and then slowly you'll see this. One moment, please. So you... Oh, this is not working for me. Hold on. I tried to do something cool and it just failed.
Sure, it was
And
cool.
I just threw Brighton out the window.
Oh no.
Damn it, Brighton. Okay.
Defenestration.
Defenestration Nation.
Kate loves that place.
As you are typing, you can see the three little dots that say that he is typing at the moment.
Or someone on his computer is typing.
And then that flashes across your screen.
Oh no, we need to get Brighton.
He
that
is not
bitch.
yours.
She's gonna pay.
And of course her domain is electronics.
These are my children. Do you reply anything?
Yes. Kate's gonna type, "We're coming for you." Bitch. And Kate possibly might have caused some minor dents in her phone. The outer casing, causing the screen to crack a little bit.
You will come, you will go. It will all fade to white.
Bitch is gonna burn.
And with that, I think we should probably call game there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry it was a slightly less eventful game tonight, guys. I hope you had some fun regardless. You got some drama out of it.
I did.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Claire, yours was a little quieter. Your background's falling down again.
Okay.
It's okay.
Is.
It's okay.
The city's falling down.
It's okay.
It's okay. The city's falling down in game too, so that's good.
And yeah.
Do you need
That's my
like?
life now.
That's okay. We'll just give you a staple gun. You'll just staple everything up.
Staple it.
Staple guns are the coolest thing. Like, you don't think they would be, but they're amazing. Just the power of shooting staples. Okay, so for tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all 4 beats for role-playing and for other stuff. Did any of you fulfill any aspirations or blood and bone?
Did I give someone advice that helped them achieve something? I think is what the guru one here does. My bone.
Do you think you did?
I think maybe. I'm not sure if it has to apply to. I don't think it applies to pack specifically.
I'll give it to you for potentially helping get your sister cousin laid.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking by like giving advice about
security things to your mom.
Yeah, if that actually.
Okay.
Is that page 80? Oh, page 85. Okay. Just
Okay.
double checking that one. And then I bought I spent some experience, which gets me closer to my long-term aspiration of buying the flanking combat merit or fighting merit.
Okay.
So that would give me another one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that one, let's try to move away from having mechanical things be one of aspirations.
Well, it's like...
Because I don't know if that's what... Like, is that something that's in their suggestions?
I thought it was. Like, you were trying to work towards... Like you're trying to work towards things, and I try to make sure that what I buy is kind of thematic, and it's like... Because I can't buy it all at once. You have to progress towards it, because it's a much longer thing.
Yeah,
that was
fair.
My thinking anyway. Because it's not like... I'm never going to just get it. Like, I wouldn't do a short-term one. This is going to take me, like, several experience to get. I had to buy up... Because I had to get increase my honor renown. I had to buy... There's 2 separate skills I need to increase.
Why do you have to buy up your honor renown to get flanking?
I believe I needed to have it at 3. Or maybe it was my cunning. One of the 2.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks... It looks like aspirations are non-mechanically based. So, like, they're...
okay, because they say things like
plot points.
I just, as my understanding for aspirations from the other games that we've done, it's been something that you want to have happen for your character.
Statements, goals your character wishes to accomplish, and statements of the sort of stories you want to tell about your character.
Yeah, so in this format, it's by the flanking merit is the short form of it, but she's trying to learn how to actually be combat functional with her team.
I think that's a better way of saying it then.
Yeah, but for the mechanical side of how do I check that I've made progress towards it?
You pitch it at me and I say yes or no.
Okay.
So if you're like, well, I got a point of brawl, and I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, okay. So let's just change the verbiage so that it's non-mechanically based and it's story-based instead.
Okay, because my short-term ones are all like, I want this thing to, like, event to happen, but like,
Yeah, so aspirations should all be story-based.
Yeah.
So that, like, focus on don't focus on the meta, focus on the it's the opposite of meta.
I mean, took it from the meta format into the functional side so that it actually made sense to me, so I knew how I was progressing.
Well, put it in parentheses then.
Yeah, like...
I think I want to swap out one of my short terms.
Sure.
Because it was look into the dead woman, why her? And just, there's been so much going on that I haven't done anything on this one for like 4 or 5 games now.
That's fair.
Like, I feel like short terms were allowed to reset every game.
Yeah, you should be fulfilling. You should try to angle.
We should be fulfilling them.
You should be filling a short term every game. I'll allow you to swap one out a game if you want.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to swap that one out. I don't know what for yet. My other short term is sneak up on someone. I figure that's thematic for her.
Yeah.
Have you not had sneak up on someone?
Well, that not as an aspiration. I've done it.
Yeah. Right. And like one of my aspirations is definitely like it's mechanical because it's a resolve the shaken condition. But to do that, I have to do stuff in the story and hit it like certain. So that's a very much a.
I don't think you should have that because resolving the shaken condition gives you a beat anyway.
Does it actually? Because it would have to get her into a situation where she would get it dealt with.
Resolving conditions that are inflicted on you gives you a beat if you do the resolution rather than letting them time out. So I think that one should be changed into something that is like it can be
because like another one would be like take a dramatic like actively like fail at something, but could be turned into a dramatic fail, but like a specific circumstance. I think because they're supposed to be small and achievable, and oftentimes I end up picking ones that end up not being remotely achievable.
Okay, well, but they could be things like have a heart-to-heart with dad.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, sometimes I'll do like get in a fight, but like if I don't even end up talking to the person in the game, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I think that you should angle them toward things that you want to do in a session that are achievable, and you shouldn't have repeats. Like you shouldn't have get in a fight with Carly and then get in a fight with Nick and then get in a fight with like every session. Not saying you are, but
like be like she's real mad right now, get in a fight, or in that case maybe lose a fight. Switching it up a little bit.
I don't know if we can have 2 people with the same one, but that's definitely one of mine.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay.
Was it to lose a fight?
Yeah.
I don't have that one right now, but I don't see a.
Didn't you fulfill that one with the Pure?
So that's why I asked, did we say we lost that fight? Did we not think we lost that fight?
I personally feel that you lost that fight, but
okay.
Kate strongly feels that we lost, but we talked.
Oh,
I mean,
we totally lost the fight. However, Megan's not going to admit that.
Yeah.
So I think as a beat, you fulfilled it.
Yeah. So if you want to take a beat and resolve that as of last session, you can.
Okay.
So go ahead. That's a personal beat for you.
I had it for sessions, so.
So go ahead, resolve that, and switch it out. So I would say, like.
Yeah, sorry, when you asked that, I thought it was more towards, like, story-based.
Yeah.
Not resolving a beat.
I would strongly like it if everybody could figure out their beats tonight. And basically, like, try to think of things that you're going to do next session, like, things like, make sure Nick is okay, confront the White Agora.
My problem with that, though, is it seemed that's, like, very much an obvious thing that we're going to try and do, and and then it's like, okay, well, they're just kind of tossing, like, we're just going to get those beats. It's not a challenge to it. So
That's
I wouldn't
fair,
want to do that.
But I also don't want it to be, like, listed mechanical things. So let's try to find a middle ground, right? So
yeah, like, I like the idea of, like, yes, it has a mechanical function, but it's relevant because it has to be involved in the story some way. You can't just do it without, like, it's...
So...
I want it to be interesting.
They're active goals, right? So they're goals that define who you are as a person and which way you go. They also allow me to figure out... So I think we should do a beat roll call at the beginning of game from now on. Pardon me, an aspiration roll call. So that you announce what you're aiming to do. So I want you to do stuff like find a new job, or get my CERB paperwork done, figure out why my sister hasn't called me back, beat up the school bully, go on a date with the new guy, indulge my addiction, mug someone, put self in mortal danger, see a ghost, show myself I'm not cursed is a weird one they have in there. I don't really... That's kind of weird. But I would say, like...
Specific.
I'm just going to throw some weird ones out that you could do. So you could do things like send flirty text messages to X. Or, I mean, like, you could send flirty text messages, nudes, whatever, like, it's, whatever you want to send to that person to provoke a potential relationship. You could also do the fun one of, in that one, you could be like, send something inappropriate to the wrong person. Because that's fun, accidentally sending like a topless shot to a group chat. And you're like, oh no! It's always good.
Wrong chat!
Or you could do something like, get really drunk. Have a girls' night.
I mean, you could also, like, if you're wanting to work towards a particular, like, gift or whatever, like say, whatever, a physical one or whatnot, you could say, like, I don't know, work out or something like that. Like, start a routine, even.
I think there's a line between saying, like, learn a new gift.
Yeah, like, this one's like, because an example is saying, like, don't make them so specific that you can't accomplish them if anything goes wrong. Okay, and there's a full primer in the core. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little iffy. I think we're taking a little while to do this right now, but, like, I think something specifically is, like, buying an ability is kind of... I think we should lean away from that, right? Because, you know what, the real way that it should be is aspirations are something that happens during play. It doesn't happen after game. So you only spend experience after game.
Yeah.
So
or
before game, right? But you spend it in the white space between the panels of game, right? So good night, Taryn. Say good night to baby for us. So I'd really like it if all of the aspirational things could occur inside of game. If they lead to you getting new traits from now on, great, cool. But, like, set up the pitch inside of game.
Like, a long term could be work on pack tactics or something, and then
develop a new tactic for the pack.
Yeah, and then you could just do, like, little things towards it, like get us all running together, drag us all out to a field to work on like football tactics or something.
Yeah, I guess. I
right, and that would
like
all be steps towards it.
I guess, but it's just like my thing is that it feels like then I don't know how I would steer towards that, because a lot of the time today would have worked really well, but a lot of the time we're very streamlined in what we're doing.
Well, why don't we...
Well, I think we should have a talk at the beginning before we go live. What are all of our aspirations? How can we work them in? What do we want to do?
Actually, I think that along with putting it on the line from now on, at the beginning of a game, we should do an aspiration roll call where everyone says... So you say your name, you say your character, you introduce yourself to the audience, and then you do your aspirations. You say, tonight, my aspirations are, I have 2 short-term aspirations. They are to go on a date with Chadwell, and to visit that movie shoot that's happening down at what used to be Trump Tower before they closed down in Vancouver. By the way, they closed it down, or they're closing it down.
Amazing.
So, once again, whenever I use a property in a game, it goes under.
This is why you can't use the real places.
That's why I shouldn't. Yes, I shouldn't. The Canucks are going to shut down now.
Be careful how you use this power.
I know, right?
You didn't say where they were located. Which arena, primarily?
The Canuck Arena. I don't know. Was that Rogers?
I don't know. Maybe?
I'm not a sports guy.
I don't watch sports.
I don't sport. I don't sport.
What are sports?
What are sports? They're games that people play. Like, I play sports. I just don't watch them. Well, actually, hockey's kind of fun. I'm actually really excited for the Seattle Kraken, but...
Yeah.
I like watching, like, the Olympic sports.
The good ones. We're not talking,
I just like gymnastics
dressage.
And things like that.
Like, I like watching soccer on the Olympics because it's worth too much for them to do dirty shit.
Yeah, I really like the World Cup soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll do an aspiration roll call, and then my long-term aspiration is to find the man who killed my sister.
Okay.
Which turns out it was me.
Shocking.
It's actually me finding my groove. Beware of the groove.
Which, yeah, like my long term right now is solidify our hold on our territory. So I figure...
Oh, yeah. So did you gain one from last session?
Yes, I did. I think so.
So I don't think you should gain one from this session as well.
No.
However, if you take out the White Agora next session, that would probably be another beat.
I felt like that would be that. And if we started looking into Pure, maybe track their movements a little... That would be another one. And then at some point, I think we'll just decide, okay, we're fairly solid. I'm changing it to a new long term.
I think that's good. And if you guys need help or anything like that, we can always talk it out right before game and then discuss it with the chat as well.
Yeah, I have trouble coming up with short terms because I kind of want them to be something that feels like it'll be relevant in game versus something so minor that it doesn't feel like it's worth role playing.
So, Amy, what do you want to do with Kate next session?
Well, if we're going after the White Agora, or the White, whatever
do you want to fail a spirit negotiation?
No, because she hasn't really done, like, actually succeeded at one yet so much.
Do you want to, say, succeed a spirit negotiation? Do you want it to be, kill
she had one that was, like, negotiate with a spirit, or, like, something. Yeah, but we did that before, but I don't want to repeat that. Well, I'm thinking, like, one of the things she wants to do is even the people who we've now burned, like, bridges with, who are still viewed for her technically as pack, she wants to get them all out, like, let them all know, like, hey, please, regardless of your feelings about us personally, please let us know if you hear from Nick, because we think he's in trouble.
Okay, so...
And we want to save him.
I think reach out to burned relationships or burned pack members is a fine aspiration. Because that turns up the drama knob a little bit. Even if it's a 5-minute scene or less, where I just send you a text that says, "Dear Kate, go sit on it." You know?
Yeah, like...
Sincerely, your old pack member. You know?
Like, would they even say that? Would they consider them pack? Or, like, would they... If they're not one of the... Like...
But, like...
Or would they... Yeah.
But that's one. So, Caitlin, what do you have?
Oh, so I just had that lose a fight and reconnect with my mom's side of the family. I haven't really gotten around to that quite yet.
Yeah, do you want to swap those out for the time being? Or what's your long term?
Reconnect with mom's side of the family.
Okay.
I figured it was going to take a while to really get them. No.
You should have 2 short terms.
I forgot.
Well, you should get it back, because then you get more beats. You get beat up.
I know. So I'll figure out 2 for next time.
Okay.
I will cash in that lose the fight one.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking one might be split focus between Chris and whatever I'm doing.
Sure. How so?
Well, I mean, like, have my focus split because he's on my mind because this is awful and horrible and he'll probably texting me and etc.
Yeah, because you should have. Do you get?
So
do you only get 2 or do
loss
you get 3?
of focus.
You get 3, right?
What? 2 short term, 1 long term.
Yeah, that's what we did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, I was making sure because I think in some games it's only 2.
I think that's when you're doing 1 shots. I think they were saying.
That's 3 aspirations. Yeah. You are
Yeah.
right. Okay, cool. So, thank you for watching us go through this, guys. Anyway, so that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed Werewolf the Forsaken, the Bitches of Brewery Park, The Empty Angel of Season 2, Episode 6. We will be back in 2 weeks with the next episode and Brighton, which will be great. And then you'll go confront the White Agora, which means that I have to learn her stats really well because she's a published character.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I keep using she, but it's literally like a dress hanging on a rack. So
yeah. There's.
Did they use pronouns with them? Oh yeah, they use. It's because the writer uses she. That's why I'm hung up on it. I keep catching it. I'm like, spirits aren't really gendered. Like I don't.
No.
Unless they really are. Like if it's basically that like penis persona from Persona. You know, the penis chariot.
Yeah, I know. I think it's called Mara or something.
Mara,
like that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's a dude.
Mara.
Might not be. I don't know.
Might not be.
Might be, but yeah, no. Like I've got her right here.
Spooky.
She's pretty spooky. Don't go back and pause and read her stats.
It was too blurry for me to really see.
Good.
Like there was glare on the camera.
Good.
For me.
All right. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the softer, more soulful role-playing session. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks for episode 7. And as always, this feels weird without Jen here. So, Jen, we miss you. We hope you feel better soon. And that we reunite the pack because I'm starting to get Amy's pack anxiety thing. I guess Kate's... Anyway, we will see you all again very shortly. And one reminder, this week we have no generic fantasy setting on Wednesday because we are taking our mid-season break. I have already written the script for the new intro and recorded a draft of it today. It is long-winded. I have to find a way to cut that down.
Sorry, not mid-season. Isn't it between season break?
Yeah, sorry. Post-season break.
Post-season, yay.
We
did a thing.
I call...
did a thing. Oh, shit.
I call Zeno a simp in the intro.
Oh my gosh.
That's why he got he got evicted from his family because he gave an heirloom to some random chick he was in love with. That's literally like the definition.
I just hate the acronym myself. Like the idea.
Oh, you're right. I forgot it was an acronym. Ah, damn. I just think that I always think it's a shortening for like simpering or something like that.
No, it's not. The MP is mediocre pussy.
Yeah.
It's something into what does it stand for? Oh, it's dumb.
I don't even know where these things come from. All of a sudden it starts popping up and I'm like,
somebody who idolizes mediocre pussy.
Are you sure?
That's what happens when you Google simp acronym. It's the first thing that pops up.
I
think the term has changed. I think the meaning has changed a bit.
Whatever, we'll figure it out. I thought it was really funny to call him that, but...
It kind of is, but it's also, oh no.
Oh no, I know. It's one of those things where I don't want to, but it's also just kind of funny.
Here's one I just clicked, dictionary.com.
You know what, we'll do this later. So, we're not having that, but you can definitely tune in next weekend for The Secret of Hexter House and for It's Always Magical in Fandelia, which will be good. Nice. Or tune in on Tuesday for a Let's Play where I play some games. It'll be weird, and I'll die a lot.
Thursday?
Oh, and of course, Thursday is Vampire the Masquerade.
I was gonna say, because I think it's every other, right? So it should be this week.
It's off. It's a new game, so I'm surprised. And then we have, that's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games.
It would be ridiculous if I announced
all of
another
them
one.
except for Vampire.
Would be. Sorry, like what, 6 games in a trench coat was what we were saying?
Something like that.
Is that the new thing for 6 seasons in a movie?
6 seasons and
So 6 games.
7 games and an aneurysm. Good night, everybody. Let's hear a howl.
Okay.
Oh.
7 games and an aneurysm. Good night, everybody. God. Oh, woo.